Hello, everyone, and welcome to Speedgaming Main. Today we've got the first qualifier of the Speedgaming Live 2024 online tournament for the Ocarina of Time Randomizer. We've got ourselves Mr. Mario 7788 versus Alagatua on Restream. I'm starting with me on Comms' top file. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, Star. It's been a while since we've had Ocarina of Time here on Speed Gaming, so hopefully this is going to be a nice refresher for some of the people who are more familiar with Link to the Past or Zelda 1 Randomizer.
Yep. So, for those who... So, as is typical for the Zelda Randomizer, pretty much we randomize the items. We still beat Ganon. And we need to beat 5 dungeons in these settings for it.
Yeah.
Apologies for the little wonky cropping. We're all kind of de-rusting. How do we restream OTR here again? We'll get there. Hang tight with us.
Yeah. So kind of like with our normal tournament settings for Ocarina of Time Randomizer, we usually do something like a 6 medallion bridge. For this tournament, though, 6 medallion bridge and Ganon's Tower boss key, which we need to get to Ganon to beat him. But for this mode, we're doing a little bit different. We've got a 3 stone bridge and a Lex, our Light Arrow cutscene, Ganon's Tower boss key. So basically, we have to beat our 3 stone dungeons and the Spirit and Shadow medallions. We don't actually have to beat the dungeon that's going to get marked as the Light Medallion, because that dungeon's pre-completed and everything in there is foolish. And done.
Yep. So that's always nice. How nice exactly depends on the dungeon. Like, if it's Spirit completed, great. If it's DC, okay.
Yeah. Dodongo's Cavern always not a great dungeon to see pre-completed. It's a pretty fast dungeon early and available early on, so everybody kind of likes to do it as part of the early route. And not have to go hunt for more items to get through it. In addition, we are starting with 2 songs. We are starting with Prelude as a given and then a random song. Today it looks like our song is going to be Zelda's Lullaby, which is pretty nice. No hunting for that. But we will have one song check that's going to be a dud or just an item fill.
Could be a major item, could be a junk item, we won't know until we see. And we are going. We have a medallion check. DC is our pre-completed Light Medallion. Our stones are Deku, Jabu, and Water, and Forest and Spirit are required. Let's see, are not required dungeons. Spirit Temple, Hyrule Field, the Zora's Domain, and the Haunted Wasteland are foolish. Due to the size of Ocarina of Time, we do have built-in hints in the randomizer to give us some ideas to where to go or not to go. In this case, foolish hints means that entire region is completely useless. So we might still need the medallion from Spirit Temple, or because that's a fire medallion, so we may need Burning Cack, but we don't need the items.
Yeah. Or it could have important items, but the items are logically not the first. We could find another bomb bag. There are bomb bag lock checks in Spirit Temple, but we won't find the first bomb bag in there. We might find the second bomb bag. So we'll see how that shakes out. That being said, Foolish Hyrule Field is actually kind of interesting with these settings with starting Prelude, which because that includes the Ocarina of Time song, which means our Ocarina of Time song is either going to be a junk item or Serenade.
Yep. With the way foolish hints work, a region can only be foolish in Ocarina of Time Randomizer. This does depend a bit on the randomizer, because there are other randos with foolish hints which work a little differently. But in OOT Cactus Path to Bongo, that means there is an item in the region of Kakariko Village that is required to beat Bongo Bongo. Possibly that bomb bag on the man on the roof we saw a second ago.
Yeah. And
foolish regions do not contain any items that can lock checks.
Yeah. And because that bomb bag's a path to a medallion and not a stone, it could be used for I don't think it can necessarily be used for the stone. There's another item up there. What is it?
I can't tell. Oh, that's
a bow.
Also possibly Path to Bongo.
Yeah. You don't usually associate bow with Shadow Temple. There's a bonus song, which always a question mark.
Possible, but yeah, it very much depends on what the sea decides to throw at us.
Yeah, the bonus song locks like the far side of the Gerudo Canyon. So like Gerudo Fortress and Gerudo Training Grounds can be locked by a bonus song. Or it could just be HBA or Big Pose.
Yep. Yeah, Big Pose, even though Hyrule Field is foolish, that does not mean Big Pose is foolish, because non-shuffled items, like the Big Pose, do not count towards Way of the Hero or Foolishness.
Yeah. Well, also Big Pose is technically you catch them in Hyrule Field, but you turn them in technically Castle Market.
Yep.
So it's considered a market check.
Yep.
Mario very gladly, probably a little glad that he checks before heading up the trail to go for Dodongo's Cavern.
To note that with items there are items that have multiple copies in the game. There are 2 hook shots, 3 shipwreck upgrades, 3 bows, 3 bomb bags, 3 slingshots, 2 magic meters, and so on. And for items where all upgrades are functionally identical, like having a second bomb bag doesn't give you new checks, it's just more ammo, essentially. One copy of that item can only be path if it locks all other copies.
Yeah, and meanwhile we pulled our hover boots, which actually is probably our path to Bongo Bongo.
Yeah, probably. 20 skulls is dead, 30 skulls is dead.
Yeah, so
that gives something in a huge room.
Yeah, we have 40 and 50 skulls turned off for these races. Something our runners, I'm sure, are very happy about. Nobody likes... I mean, people like skull seeds if they find out early on. But 40 and 50 can be a kind of a slog to get to.
Absolutely. I rolled a seed for I rolled an async seed for practice for the SGL 21 tournament, I think it was, where 50 skulls was your one and only battle. Nobody was happy about that one.
Yeah. Alright, so Graveyard here. I don't think a lot of our runners in this qual are probably going to script Graveyard with starting ZL just because that's a starting song, and if this is Nocturne, then you don't get any better. I'm getting back here. And it's a hook shot. Alright.
They very much need both, because Water Temple is a stone, and that is required to beat that.
Yeah. And we have, do we have
OOTR, for those unfamiliar, plays generally on a more or less glitchless rule set, so you can't hammer slide to Morpha, for instance.
Yeah. Do we have Forest Temple shortcut on today for these settings? I forget. Okay. So we still are looking for...
Floor 1, but that's about the one particular significant thing. Co-op has Forest shortcutted.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting confused with. We're running 3 different Ocarina Time Randomizer tournaments right now that I'm doing comms for, so I'm trying to remember the slight variations in the rules. That's actually interesting because we do have a hook shot, and Forest Medallion is vanilla today. So with the bomb bag and the hook shot, we could see a longer loop up and make that play into Crater, get the song there, and then go over to Lost Woods and probably pull the adult song out of Logic. And then maybe try to see if Forest Short goes on, I think everybody would go take a stab at maybe beating Phantom Game just for that extra song.
Now notice here we have a particularly fun texture on that chest, and we saw a gold chest a minute ago on the Shield Grave hookshot. We do have chest size and texture matches contents. Oh, Mario failing the strat here to get out of here quickly, where you side hop through and back the door frame real quick, and that voids you out. So he is forced to save quit back to Temple of Time.
Yeah, okay, I think Mario's gonna go child then.
I think so. It's kind of a pain to get back to CAC. And on the other side, Ella has gotten a little lost.
Yeah, Mario did not get the song out of Composer's Grave, unfortunately.
No, he went to...
he did
before it.
Yeah, he did Dompe. So, market checks, we've got a few checks here we can do. Market's kind of one of the more annoying locations in Ocarina of Time to do early on just because it's very time of day dependent.
Ella just squeaking the sub-minute here, jeez.
Yeah.
Getting a little lost, but does make it in 59 seconds.
So, We could do, but we can do like we'll be able to do child shooting. We'll be able to do bounty bowling. I don't know if do we have the money for bounty bowling. I guess it'll depend on what we get as a reward for this. But we're gonna get some good diversions here because Alagatu is gonna finish off doing Composer's Grave and maybe go up the mountain.
Yep.
Hard piece.
And Mario has 20 bucks. Yeah, that might be an issue for bowling, because it costs 60 rupees.
Yeah. Well, he's gonna go make the play for Hyrule Castle Fair and grab a hitstone along the way, and then maybe I'll make a play for Lon Ranch to grab the song there.
Yep. Oh, hey, Composer Grave hint.
Was it Storms?
Dead and Song of Time.
Oh, Song of Time. Okay. You don't feel too bad about missing early Song of Time in this case. If it was something like Storms, you'd feel extremely bad.
It's still a little bit of a if I'd gone there before Balpe, I would have saved myself a smidge of time.
Yeah.
And I would be able to get out. But it is what it is. It is interesting that Ella's also choosing to go child instead of climbing DMT, which I perhaps would have done with the bomb bag. But both choices there's certainly options here either way.
Yeah. Like having Storms before you go back child is always really powerful. Just because it locks an entire side dungeon. And Song of Time, but like of all the songs you could miss, Song of Time is probably like for the child songs, which unlock checks. It's probably the best one because realistically, Song of Time only locks how many checks in the game? 1, 2 hard. It locks like 2 songs, 2 checks hard, and makes rounding a few others easier. 3.
Technically 3, including Frogs 2, but Frogs 2 is very rarely required.
Yeah. Like it only locks the silver block, the sunken silver rupee room in GTG, affectionately known as the toilet. As well as
Water Temple, which is
River
Starlink.
Yeah, and you can also use it to get to the right side of the GTG maze. But
the odds of Song of Time being hard required for that are very, very low. I can't remember if that's vanilla or French vanilla bomb bag on bowling here.
I'm pretty. Well, I think the vanilla set of... Well, we don't quite know if it's the vanilla set of prizes, but we can pretend it is until we actually see the actual winner heart piece show up.
I think chat said there was a winner heart piece a second ago, so...
almost vanilla. Yeah, so... Mario probably will make a quick dash over to the Boulder Grotto over here by...
No, Field's Foolish.
Oh yeah, Field's Foolish. Field's Foolish also kind of stinks just because there's 3 instones in here that people usually like to grab.
Yeah.
So,
I think an argument could have been made this early in the sea to go for the hit in that grotto, but also Mario, as we can see, is barely in time for Time of Day.
Yeah.
Absolutely not made it, so this was the current place for sure.
Yeah. This is a time of day lock deck.
Yep. If you get here after nightfall, town's asleep.
Yeah.
And this is not indoors entrance randomizer, nor that we have some song in the first place. So, yeah.
Yeah.
We'd be stuck.
All right. So, Lon Ranch, just kind of by nature of knowing that Hyrule Field is foolish, this is very likely a song that will do something for us, at least. Oh.
Child Safe Code is Ranch.
You know, that's not... It's kind of funny, actually.
Yeah. Unfortunately, not a terribly useful one. Our only warp song is the prelude they started with.
Yeah.
Watch we get a warp song here. Which we do. It's Bolero. Unfortunately, not one that's particularly helpful as child.
No. But it does help you kind of like shortcut yourself back into the route that you were doing as an adult before. You don't have to go run a trail anymore to go past Foolish to Doggo's Cavern. You can just go right into the you can go right in the crater and get back into Orange City either by like dropping down through the trail or actually like reversing through Dorinios for him.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have I'm pretty sure it's allowed, but the bomb hover Mario. This is actually like not a bad save and quit for Mario.
He can actually get back to the front of range faster, yes. And which, the bomb hover in DMC, I believe, yes.
Yeah, there's a strat where you can get to the, what's normally one of our hammer lock checks in, Death Mountain Crater. Mario was like, I should go warp out, and then realized, wait, I can't warp out.
Nope. Your only warp songs are Bolero, which gets you nowhere, and Prelude, which you don't need, so... Yep, you're going hiking!
Yeah, I mean, Prelude ain't too bad right now.
It's always nice, and actually Ela's playing that. Gonna take Bolero and go back adult.
Yeah. Do we have open Deku on, or is it just slingshot's not required for Gama? For this
Boost
life
Deku B1 skipping is in logic.
Okay. I think Ela's hoping to fish for like Minuet here.
Yeah, that would be really nice. Nothing on the DMC wall. I have no idea what's on the crater freestanding. And there's song, right? One purple song. Rain.
Yeah, that's really nice. Elon wants to go push for Well and the 2 Storm Stratos and Frogs 1. That's now an option.
Just quickly checking to make sure our bot's working, which it is. Great.
And now for the hype cave of Link to the Past randomizer, of Ocarina of Time randomizer.
And there are 2 big chests already in here. Good grief.
Yeah.
Got another bomb bag. And the iron boots.
Irons are nice.
River chest is a magic meter. Oh, great.
Hey, we can probably get that. Whether or not we want to get that is another question. We have the iron boots in my house and a hook shot.
I think it was Icy Waters is dead.
Yeah. We have Domain Foolish, we don't have Fountain Foolish, so...
Nope. Alright, Ayla just resetting the heat timer there in the grotto.
Yeah. We're running around with 3 hearts, it's not easy. Colossus to
Baronade. Oh, great.
Yeah, that's something. Spirit Temple is foolish, so we probably don't want to go. Yeah, and we don't want to go in there. So hopefully we'll get Requiem and we can just figure out if it's the Arch or the Fairy. That's our first
DMT Fairy.
Huh?
Like trolling a bit. There's the other composer grave hint. We are a magic meter from which is funny I say that, knowing the river chest hint from Crossing Wasteland in logic. You've got long shot hovers and we start with lens in these settings.
Yeah. That was honestly a very nice full heart container from the Skull Kids for the Ocarina of Memory game. And it seems like this worked really fast. A couple extra heart containers really don't hurt, especially when you're...
More for Ela, Graveyard Path to Morpha for that hookshot, Crater Path to
Crater Path to go. Ooh. Okay.
First strength upgrade from Mario in Lost Woods Bomb Grotto.
What did we just pull from? So we had Storms. Storms is probably our path.
It's probably, yeah.
It's time to do the well.
Wait, no, I'm pretty sure it's not the freestanding at least, because Mario has, or Ayla has hovers, he would have gotten whatever the thing was if it was required.
Yeah. Let's see what Link to Goron's got for us today.
Well, it's either Storms or the Fairy, basically.
Bomb refill, not too bad.
Heart refill, another heart here for Mario in the Wolfus Grotto, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for the Metagoron hint here for Ella. A little slow, but can be good info. Ganon's castle is path to evolve. Okay.
Alright, well, our hammers in Ganon's castle today.
Yeah, that's pretty much what that boils down to.
Yeah. It's not the worst thing in the world, it just means...
Which tells us that Crater Fairy can't be the path to Goma.
Yeah, because it'll lock the hammer only unblocked, and we already have a bowstring, bombs, hovers, and a wallet, so we basically cleared out everything other possible thing.
Skull gives the blue fire arrows. Interesting.
Nice.
And we had Requiem, just another strength upgrade, and another big chest with a Zora tunic in it. Frogs 2 is dead.
I think that was Song of Stars? Was that Frogs 2 or
Frogs 1? Yeah, sorry.
Colossus
still path to Baronade.
Yeah. And Mario, I think, is heading for Child Goron. Has to be heading for Child Goron City. He's going back to Lost Woods. Oh, he never. Oh, he went to go. He didn't have the money to go pay off the. Grow up here.
Yeah. And that was a scam.
Yeah. All right. So he'll do Child. He'll probably back out, do Child Goron City, and he can only do 2 of the 3 checks here. He can't do Durania's Joy because we don't have Saria Song. But Elo's going to be on Strain 2 already.
Yeah, which is a little funny.
I
mean, we might need all 3 strength with Gen's cancel being path.
So, our song at... we're gonna get Minuet or Saria Song at Colossus. We're almost... Force, we don't have a... Oh,
Strength 3 is on child fishing.
Wow. When Ela, I think, got the IGC did he like, where was the IGC to Volfant?
Metagoron, he was the who got it.
Yeah, you're gonna do that as your next child segment because that shores up the biggest question mark of IGC, which is Light Trial, which is half the checks in the place.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's behind Water and Deku, so that might be a minute before we get there. Well, we're mostly a long shot from that, actually, because we know Kokiri Sword's behind Storms.
Yeah.
And we have Hookshot Irons and ZL.
Yeah. Our path to Morph, yeah, unfortunately, yeah, Hookshot path to Morph is not great.
No.
Fortunately,
also,
it just
I
means...
missed, apparently it was a scale in Midas House and not a bomb bag. I needed heroes, apparently. What is that here? There's another magic. Okay. That's a good find for Mario.
Yeah, we're skipping Boss Key Loop today in Water Temple, if anything, for Mario.
Chest.
Yeah.
River Chest, not Boss Key.
Oh, River... Yeah, River Chest, okay. Hey, Song of Time is... One less thing with that Song of Time could be required for.
Yeah, Shannock, I saw blue and thought it was a bomb bag for the Midas House thing.
Yeah.
On Ellis. Oops.
We have 3 chickens. If Mario's gone for chickens.
He might while he's in the area, because he's never coming back to Child Cack.
Yeah. Oh. He's going back in. Is this going to be Medigora? Or the maze?
The maze.
Alright. This will be strength 2 for Mario.
And actually, no, Mario will be coming back to Child Cack for a while, because he's the one who doesn't have storms. I'm a scatterbrain. That's accidental in the crater. Whoops.
Yeah. Because we didn't see anything on Curie Storms. So it's got to be Weller Frogs too for storms now. Desert Colossus Barricade. Mario's like, do I need to do this cool little trick? And the answer is that no. He's just gonna go kill Skull. Yeah, so this is probably going to be our forced access song here at Colossus, because we're kind of out of song slots.
We are, yeah. Sun Song and Minuet. And our song here is, in fact, Minuet. That checks. I have absolutely no idea what that is on the Colossus arch.
Yeah.
And I think those are frogs. 1 hint again. Still can't tell what that is.
It would be really, really cursed if we have to beat Forest Temple to get Saria's song to get blue fire arrows for a paradox letter scenario. I'm just going to point it out there that the item and song arrangement has lined up for this possibility.
You're not wrong.
If all of our bottles are somehow behind Jabu, which, because Jabu is a stone... oh god. It's not Colossus. Mario's not going back to... So where is Mario going to go here? Because doing the Requiem check resets your time of day. Richard is a very good boy today. So it's now day for Mario, which means if he wants to go back for like a run at Kakariko Village, he'll get there in the day and maybe close to night so he can do job by digging.
Or worse, we find Mary Shield and Burning Cack is available despite Foolish Spirit. I mean, it's possible, yes, Kirby fan. We do, unfortunately, have most of the kit for Spirit Temple already.
Yeah. Okay, Mario's gonna take the scale and do River.
Looking for items, looking for hints, it seems.
Yeah, River, great place. The progenitor of why we had Casey stand in Season 5 of the main tournament. Because it's got 3 hintstones, there's another hintstone in Domain that we're not going to see.
Outside Can's Castle is a heart piece, so that's dead. It's also possible, because I couldn't get a decent look at the Colossus Arch, it's possible he wants a beam for whatever that is.
Yeah, that too.
And he knows that Crater is Path to Goma, he doesn't know if if he needs a beam for that either. Well, he does. Oh, he has hovers. So
he's got hovers.
The Colossus Arch is the consideration potentially here.
Yeah, he's got hovers. He's got Bolero. He's got all of we have free Scarecrow.
Yeah, no, I realized that after I said it. Is that I'm being an idiot.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
I am also de-rusting my OOT comms a bit. Apologies, chat. I've done a metric ton of PR comms recently.
Yeah. He is going to buy a bean, so there was something on the arch.
Yeah, he doesn't need one for anything else. He doesn't need one for Crater, as just discussed. He doesn't need one for Lake, so it has to be that.
Yeah. Hard piece up there on the ledge. He's not going to care too much about that. And Ela's going to unseal the well here. So this is probably going to lead to our Kokiri sword.
Yep, whether directly or indirectly. If this is a mirror shield, we know where we're going.
We're going to cry. Water is stone, by the way, so if it is Serenade on OOT, that means that we have to be... We don't have a fast travel down to Lake to get our strength free.
Nope. Yak still past the Bongo, thank you. There's a core on Tunic.
You gotta beat fire. That takes care of your health considerations.
Yep. We also just already have a wallet, and Burning Cack is Nocturne!
Okay.
Alright,
we're beating Spirit Temple. We're beating Spirit Temple, everyone.
Yep, buckle in, everyone. We're going for a ride. This is the settings equivalent of all dungeons for those who don't know.
Yeah, welcome. There was one song that could possibly make it all dungeons, and it is, in fact, the one song that could make it all dungeons. Well, Mario now knows he's got the freedom to just kind of start doing everything.
Pretty much. He still has a bomb too, I believe, so he can do Child Spirit. There's a gold scale here on Dante Dicky.
I don't think he's gonna, you know...
Well, I guess, yeah.
I don't think you want to do Child Spirit right now. I think you want to go back adult. He's gonna go do Richard.
I might have, just because you're there, but I can also see that bothering. Yeah, we do get to skip DC for whatever little that is worth.
We get to skip DC, and then we get to just kind of like hope that Spirit Temple's ski layout is somewhat decent.
Yep, pretty much. There's Rito's letter behind Sunsong.
Okay, alright, that's a lot less cursed than it could have been. Unfortunately, it also doesn't really give us a handle on where the boomerang can be, but...
No, that explains why Minuet is path. It's for Suns.
Yeah, it's Minuet to get Sunsong to get. Yeah, Mario... Wrong house, Mario. This is an entrance randomizer.
Nope. There are, for those unfamiliar with the randomizer's been around since 2018, and there's been a great deal of development over time. Ella, in fact, here is one of the devs. And is, in fact, responsible for things like the pre-completed light medallion setting we're playing with in this tournament. But we do play with pretty simple settings to keep it fairly simple and easy, and short is the biggest thing for SGL, but there are many other options available.
Yeah, I'm doing I'm doing an archipelago icing, so it isn't official, you know, not on the main branch. But I have entrance randomizer, overworld transition randomizer. Keys on. I did not turn skulls. I turned scrubs and chops on. But you can
even shuffle things like every chest in the treasure chest minigame, and then the keys are out in the world someplace.
Or the rupees that the frogs give you, or your ocarina notes. And I just actually helped file a bug report on this recently. We're doing rock shuffle now. Did you know that, Star?
Yes. It's been a meme for years, and it's actually happening now.
Yes, we're shuffling all the different rocks, so you can use blue fire to get to the back of the Goron City maze, or we managed to find a corner case of where you could get into the 100th skull. What did people like to call the 100th gold skull pool in Zora's Fountain? It's up a incredibly hard to find tunnel, hidden away behind a couple rocks that require a boulder and strength 2 to get past. And a hammer and strength 2, sorry. And yeah, no, we got it there as a child because it just became blue fire and a bomb rock. And it expected us with enemy soul shuffle, which is another setting, to go kill some enemies to get our songs.
Oh, jeez.
The enemies don't spawn as a child, by the way, and there was no way to get there as an adult.
Oh, well, that's a bug report and a half.
Yeah, we found our... Yeah, we managed to... It's in testing. We managed to find the hard block scenario.
Yeah. Big shoutouts to Real Rob, who is responsible for a lot of the more interesting things, like there's a Kokiri sword in the well, not surprised. Things like Rock Shuffle in this randomizer in the past couple of years.
Yeah.
And Soul Shuffle, Rock Shuffle, things like pots, crates, freestanding rupees, wonder items, all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
If you can think it up, it's there's a ridiculous amount of stuff that gets randomized, and there's still more stuff that they find to randomize it anyway.
Yeah. So we're here into Forest Temple now. We have magic. We have Oaris when starting, which is really nice because we can do some cool tricks with room progression here. But I think we're going to try to finish this dungeon as fast as possible, just because... God, this is going to suck otherwise.
Yeah, oh hey, neighbors. Not required, but nice to have.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Like,
there's really literally no reason for Mario to not do this. He knows it's AD, he knows this is the Fierce Forest Medallion. Yeah, you're right.
Nair's Love, another... Not normally logically required, but if you, for example, turn on one-hit KO, it can be logically required. Especially if you turn on something like Crate Shuffle and Bonko.
Yes, or even in just in Ground of Entrance, Rando, or Scrub Sanity, it becomes relevant. But that one Grotto in Goron City, everyone forgets about. Nice follow.
Did somebody say Rush Ice? I'm assuming that's what Tiras is saying. Tiras, one of our many random runners. Very famous for his proclivity towards a certain dungeon.
He's saying something about Bonko, actually.
Oh, okay. Okay, sorry. I saw a bottle and I immediately thought you said Rush Ice. My bad.
Yeah, hey Tiras, hope you're doing well.
Yeah.
Alright, case word about the one thing of significant note in the well for Ella.
Yeah, he's gonna go try hunting down, he hasn't still not gone... Okay, so he's gonna save and quit. So I think he's gonna go make his play for, doing Lost Woods Kokiri Forest now.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't done Requiem to get Minuet.
No. And
oh, Mario, here we go.
Requiem.
There we go, Mario. Do it. Mario's doing the Slag Strat of 3-Key Forest.
Yes. This one's fun. You don't see it too often in non-key sanity modes. Mario is showing off a little bit.
This does save some time.
Scarecrow is a case of OOT is a very well-coded video game. Because that particular Scarecrow can only be summoned if you are at about the same vertical height as it. Which essentially means you need to go stand on top of that door frame. And to get on top of that door frame, it requires some fairly fun hover boot movements.
Yeah. Mario just clips through the, well, not clips through, but that ceiling is very janky. It takes advantage of it.
Yep. Again, OT, a well-coded video game.
Yeah, but this is really good for Mario because basically, for those who are unfamiliar with how Forest Temple works, you have to, like in the vanilla version of this dungeon, you have to basically loop it twice. Once to get a bow, and then to kind of go back through everything with the bow. And so this involves twisting and untwisting some corridors. The way that Mario has routed this is, with 3-Key Forest, you don't have to do that last set of twisting hallways, which is probably the more annoying of the pair, because it's a room where you have to shoot through a torch onto a frozen ice switch. And, well, doesn't have to do that now. Because that's what gets into the checkerboard room, and so he just has to go beat up one post sister, and then he'll be able to get out of here. He'll have to go beat up, the rest of the post sisters, and then come back. But we're inside of Decketry now for Alagatua. This is a pretty fast set of 6 checks here. See if there's going to be anything of interest in here, I think. He's probably really, really wanting to find the boomerang before this child segment's over, so he can just, like, never go child again.
Pretty much. You know, unfortunately he will, because thanks. Actually, he might not need to.
No.
No. I was thinking of something else, but yeah. Also, hi, Wallkicks. Wallkicks, Wally, I'm sorry, I'm not quite sure why you're looking for the Speedgaming live tournament on CSR.
Yeah.
For those who do want more Ocarina of Time Randomizer action outside of the Speedgaming live tournaments, we do typically host most of our tournaments over on the Zelda Speedruns family of networks and affiliates, including the Silver Gauntlets and Scrub Central.
Yeah. We have 2 more checks up here on the top of Decketry. If there's nothing here, Hilo will just drop down and then do the basement. And probably B1 skipper ground jump.
Let's see, ground jump, we'll see.
Ooh, big
Ground
chest.
jumps are approximately the one major exception to OOTR more or less running on a glitchless rule set, because they bypass they generally used to bypass any number of otherwise rather kind of a pain in the rear glitchless jumps.
Yeah. I would say there is a second exception, which we also just saw you do, which is essentially torch glitch, which is basically you hold out a stick, the game remembers the place you hold the torch out last when you are pull it back out when you pull it back out again, and because he put this inside of the actual like flame source in the room, it thinks that it's still on fire. It's helpful in a couple spots here and there in order to let you carry a torch longer than you normally would be able to.
It is primarily a time save, like here in Deku.
Yeah.
It does bypass the need for a magic meter and a fire source in the Composer Grave.
Yeah, Composer's Grave, and then it could also technically like bypass magic requirements in Spirit Temple, but that actually isn't a hard rule because the Spirit Temple, the logical requirements for Spirit Temple could actually require you to use sticks if you have enough small keys to light a few torches, but it's very rare that that happens.
Spirit Temple being the really stupid key logic dungeon of OTR.
Generally, like the number of keys you need is kind of easy to understand. It's just the problem with Spirit Temple is basically like it's accessible through 2 ages and 2 routes, and that just complicates matters.
Yeah, to give some perspective for chat, even in like these base kind of settings where it's like item shuffle, it's not scrubs or key sanity or skill sanity or anything silly like that. Just a regular, simple shuffle. There's like 15 different items and songs that can be logically relevant for Spirit Temple.
And this is by the way, Spirit Temple in the vanilla game. Master Quest Spirit Temple, who, for those who don't know, Master Quest was a version of this game that kind of started out as like a harder version of it for the 64 DD, the disk drive for Japan, and since that never got popular, like it kind of got shelved, and then it came back as a full thing as like a pre-release bonus for Wind Waker. So there's an entire second alternate set of these versions of these dungeons that exist that we don't normally play, but you can select to play. And Master Quest Spirit Temple requires all the songs in the game per check.
Every non-warp song
Sorry.
except for Sun Song for some stupid reason, I think it is.
Yeah, the Symphony Room.
Yeah, it's a second Frogs 2, basically.
Yeah.
It was a long shot.
All right. Well, we're going. We're going down the
Also,
river.
be streaming, raiding with a party of 2. Welcome in, Raiders. We have ourselves an Ocarina of Time Randomizer, Speedgaming Live Online Tournament 2024 Qualifier here, our first of 12. If you have questions, please ask. I know we don't see OTR and DSG channels too often, so happy to answer questions.
Yeah.
But
We're
sorry is that you don't need for Symphony Room. Whoops, forgot.
Yeah. We're being asked, why doesn't Mario have the Hylian Shield? You don't start with the Hylian Shield in these settings. You do have to buy one. It typically, the sticker price is 80 rupees, but you actually only get charged like half of that due to the Zelda, the Zelda side quest essentially being done to start the mass quest. But Mario doesn't have one just because like he got stuck in Composer's Grave as an adult in his first segment, and then spent all his money doing Bombju Bowling and Shooting Gallery in Child 2. So he just has not had a chance to go buy a shield at any point. He legitimately just has not been by a shield shop ever since he's kind of gotten going.
Pretty much. And for runners of this caliber, they don't need it.
Yeah, I mean, it's really helpful for jump slashing, for doing power crouch stabbing, which is a way you do, like, if you see the runners do a jump slash and then immediately start power crouch stabbing, it's because power crouch stabs don't have a defined damage value other than the last attack you did. So it's a way of really upping your DPS pretty quickly. It helps with your bomb jumping, with doing ground jumps. And Eli's gonna go out to Crater now, to Colossus now after getting Requiem and go get Minuet. Probably figure out the logic for that. So.
Also, hey Mara in chat, one of my fellow admins of this tournament, it's AD. We have Burning Pack, is Nocturne.
Yeah.
And Spirit's Foolish, because of course it is.
Mario is making this look very, very easy.
As you say that.
As I say this, yes. Still, like, Kenta Ganon can be an incredibly challenging fight, especially like without the ability to power crouch stab. Recycling it without a shield is very, very good.
Absolutely.
Mario's got his forest medallion. So that'll be another song check for Mario when he goes back to Temple Time.
Probably Sarios.
Yeah. It could be... Sarios could be nice. Because Ruda's is blocked by Minuet. So...
Right, yes.
Okay, Mario now knows where his Strength 3 is.
Yep.
Also gonna grab these hints. I don't think he knows about the IGC hint, but...
He does not. Metagoron was,
I think you might just make that play defensively. Okay, now he knows.
Never mind.
Now he knows. Okay, we're gonna go do... We're gonna get to this song and then go to Child for a little bit, I think. Hopefully it'll be Serenade, and that our drunk item is the Hyrule Field item. But we're not 100% sure.
Oh, that's arrows on the crater now, I can see that.
Yeah.
And in the Scrubs tournament settings, Ice Cavern, they start with Prelude, and Ice Cavern is forced to be a junk item for the song check, but that is not the case for SGL.
Yeah.
I know, and Scrubs S6 is doing the same with the Ice Song as a random thing now. I believe that was last season of Scrubs or something.
Yeah.
Chat. Yeah, Prelude, OOT, and Ice have Serenade Sorry as an item of some sort. And if the item is on OOT, it's...
Mario, you have a Goro too.
You can find more information about the tournament at that link. Let me also try to remember. You can also find more. Yeah, you can also find it down there.
So we actually didn't see Mario go back out to Colossus to what's on the... That could be the boomerang up there, and it'd just be...
Whatever it is, he's not rushing for it.
Yeah, he skipped, Trail Fairy, I think.
He did. I'm not sure why either. That is his wallet.
Yeah.
Might just be a bit of a brain fart. He wouldn't be the first and won't be the last.
Oh yeah, he wants to chase storms, which is also fair.
Yep.
Uh...
There was a SGL finals race a couple of years back where the race was far, far closer than it should have been because one runner forgot the MT Fairy. I think Mario might have... no, Mario wasn't in the race. I think it was what Hells and Co. in that one. We're going to see the Colossus Arch item for Ella. We know this is required because they're both going for it. They both went the bead for it, I just don't know what is.
Yeah. If this is the boomerang, that'd be really nice for Mario, just from the rounding perspective.
And it is.
Okay, so... Saria Song could kind of be anywhere, but it's probably still... Alright. See what Mario's gonna do here. Gonna reset time of day and use the fact that resetting time of day inside of a zone where time doesn't change warps you back to the last entrance you went out of. Gonna do a little bit of a hookshot extension here in order to get the skull.
Yep, that is 9. He's gonna get 10 with the adult cack skull, and that'll be... We know 20 and 30 are both dead, so that'll be just him cleaning that up.
He doesn't have to get the adult cack skull, he can just drop and grab the one on the wall here.
Or this, yes. Forgot he hadn't gotten this.
Yeah.
And he kills the Tektite with it too.
Yeah, so that way you don't have to worry about time of day here.
Nope. And for those who don't know, Sun Sungrave is Sabruto's letter. Mario will probably get that here as well.
Yeah.
Did Ella check the River Grotto hit when he was... no, he hasn't done that, because he's now gonna go do those checks and find out it's even. It's like, I don't remember quite what he did when getting beans.
Yeah. Oh, and here we go. Mario's finally going to go buy the shield. With TSMC as a thing, it's very likely that you don't actually find the shield like you used to be able to.
That's the red.
10 skulls dead.
What are we practically missing in terms of things? Din's Mirror Shield? Lights?
Din's Mirror Shield lights, yeah. You know, our other strengths are...
We know hammers and light cannons.
Hammers somewhere locked behind Ganon's castle somehow, yeah.
There's not much in Ganon's that couldn't lack hammer indirectly, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of our fetch quests. Not that there's a lot of them in this game to begin with.
Eli's gone for his strength read right now.
Yep,
makes
makes
sense.
sense. Here's a letter from Mario.
Yeah.
So I suspect it's just going to be a bit of rush dungeon mode for the next while for the runners.
Yeah. Mario gonna go grab Song of Time and just Song of Time. He knows, not that he would have gone back for it as a child, but you don't need Song of Time. You didn't need Song of Time now, but you just want to hold on to it just in case you actually he's having second thoughts.
Yeah, I was gonna say, does he really need Song of Time for anything particular this soon? The toilet, I guess, is about the one thing.
Yeah, but toilet probably won't be it. He's gonna go take a look. Okay, so our
Chunks.
Yeah, Mario did not go back to Colossus.
No. And I think
Mario is going back to Colossus.
I was gonna say, Mario better remember that right now, otherwise he's gonna be really sad.
Yeah. Sorry Song is a nice. Serenade is on OOT, because of course it is.
Yep.
I would... if I were Mario, I'd actually be really, really tempted to just... right now... go do Water Temple? Wait, no. No, Spirit, Shadow Temple. Spirit Temples are... Yeah, no, I would probably go do Water Temple now. You know, one of your item checks is dead, and it's the 2 key locked one, but it's gonna skip it. It's not a...
It's a bit of a hike, I guess. Yeah. I mean, he has to do it at some point. He's gonna rush Deku and Jabu first, I suppose.
I would just do it just so you can grab OOT when you... Like, you probably won't need Serenade for the rest of the seed.
I was going to say, what do you get Serenade for?
Faster access to Jabu.
But Jabu locks Serenade.
Oh, yeah. I'm getting my stones and medallions mixed up.
You're fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, tap a Fire Temple is 2 small keys. Thanks.
Mario's gonna go do the well, find his K-Sword.
Yeah. Oh, he's gonna probably just clear out Child here for the most part.
Yeah. Dombay digging, so he'll have his gold scale too.
Yeah. Not that we really need it, but sure.
We could do lab dive and logic and not have to feel bad about taking advantage of the fact that you're not supposed to be able to hot swap iron boots in the water while in the middle of a hook shot.
Yeah, again, OOT little quirks, and that's only possible because Rando has iron boots on the D-pad.
Yeah.
Well, you can do so without D-pad, but it's faster that way.
Yeah.
Mario, in fact, takes one look at the gold scale and goes, yeah, I don't need to spend the 5 seconds or whatever it is picking it up.
They'll do the well. Probably will. Yeah, you're here, might as well do it. Like, you know you need Mirror Shield. You know you need Dims, you're not going to get hints for them. It's only 3.
It's quick, you're never coming back here.
Yeah, you'll take one quick peek into Child Spirit to see if you have to worry about keys, and then you're done as Child for the entire save.
Yeah, like Mario's already done Child Goron City. If the Runia is required, that's going to be a come on game.
Yeah.
Doesn't really.
Ooh, Mario got really good. Yeah, good aim for Mario to get that second chicken off of the ledge. And
Ebb on the other side for Ella, pretty straightforward, pretty linear. This is the kind of seed where I think this is the kind of seed I think top runners like these kind of like, because it's pretty straightforward. You do everything. It's more. This is the kind of seed that favors top runners with good execution, because you're going everywhere and doing everything.
Yeah.
You're not going to lose a ton of time to routing decisions. You're going everywhere anyway, and they've gotten some pretty decent hints this seed. You just beat dungeons until you run out of checks, basically, or until you hit go.
Yeah, basically. This is definitely like a very execution heavy runners favorite a seed for the execution heavy runners.
Yep.
Because they'll just kind of like make out like, yeah, you can order some things better. Like we're seeing some differences here and there. Like Mario's going to spend a little less time probably with child transitions than Eli did, but the starting prelude, it's not the hardest thing in the world for what they did.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this will be a very consistent time. The real questions are kind of like, where will lights be?
I mean, we have everything basically. We have everything. It's not a significant problem.
Yeah, fire arrows.
Ella not those earlier? I don't remember seeing those.
I don't know.
Chat says no. Interesting. Might have been a mis-ID of the chest size.
Yeah, I mean, at the
word,
word,
passed it too fast and didn't look at it clear. I mean, it is fire arrows. It's not the most useful thing. We know Wasteland's dead and the Composer Grade's dead, so it's not really going to matter. It's just an interesting tidbit.
Yeah. The only
never
two.
Even looked at that corner. Yeah, probably just a bit of a brain fart then.
Yeah, the only two. Hey, Vanilla is our Sapphire today. The only two checks that we would really need that for are dead already, and the two other fire magic checks that we'd care about that could have it. We can cheese with torches as a child. So. Mario's got his K-Sword. Soft to fight Dead Hand.
Yeah, and worst case scenario too, even if Spirit's Key Out really super duper stinks, they both know the stupid strats for it.
Yeah, we do have fast almost push on. So we can do really stupid things in Spirit Temple with Armor statues.
Yeah, so those who don't know, you can skip D2, you can light the torches in Spirit Temple for the sunblock room and in the big statue room to get the fire unlock checks as an adult without a magic and a fire source. For the sunblock room, it requires some semi-precise backflips. For the statue room, the map chest, you have to push an Arma statue out of the sticker. The fans Arma's push makes it feel a little less bad, but it still makes me crack up every time I even talk about it, because it's such a silly looking strat. Yeah, to shove an Arma statue up the stairs.
Mario's taking down Dead Hand. Fun fact, Dead Hand with sticks is a logical trick that is turned on. The actual logical requirement for Dead Hand requires to carry sword. But it is turned off in these settings, generally.
Yep. Yeah, there are certain tricks that are basically always on in every race ever.
Fewer tunic requirements, Bound grouping, and logic without hogshot. Stone of Agony not blocking your hidden grottos because, hidden stones without the Mask of Truth. Then like all the lensless ones.
Pretty much.
Yeah, hoverless. DC without hovers as an adult is another popular one. Because there's a couple jumps you can do. Mario's out of here.
Yep, off the tree. But they're not in default logic because they are kind of mean to expect casual players to know. And there are more tricks that are available in the randomizer, but are not enabled in general racing settings. Like, It is possible. It's not fun, but it is possible to do Link the Goron with Din's Fire. That is a trick that is available.
Link to Goron with Din's Fire, or the Hot Rodder Goron with Stream. Possible. Not really something that people wanted to do. Is this going to be a stick upgrade or just a stick? Just a stick.
Yeah.
Hey, Mario. You know I'd use
Go get your strength 3. He'll do so after Jabu.
Yeah.
Other silly tricks.
Goron bottomless drains. Yeah.
Goron. Oh, yeah. The trick that is colloquially known as pixel shot, where you get the chest that normally requires a scarecrow to hook shot to get to an elevator and fire temple in the upper boulder maze without actually having the scarecrow song set. Not an issue in these settings because we have free scarecrow, but pixel shot is known as that for a reason.
Yeah. There's our second magic meter into the river chest. Eli still hasn't gotten that magic off of the Garden City pod. So he'll probably make that play when he goes into Water Temple.
So I mean, he also might do child cleanup here because he's in the area generally, and he's not coming.
I don't think
I don't know, because he's got other stuff to do.
He's got a lot of adult dungeons to do. Oh, there's our mirror shield.
There's our mirror shield. Jinxed.
Yeah. Yeah, you're just doing it now.
Din's from probable no mode, I think.
Yeah. Din's from glow mode.
Well, we know we're going to be able to act. We're basically, unless if lights are on the woods target, we might have a minor problem. Other than that, I think we have everything we could want to get.
Actually, okay, you've now given me hope, Star. I'm sorry. You've managed to come up with the one incredibly cursed scenario for this seed. For those wondering, normally we would require a slingshot in order to be Queen Gumma. We have a trick to turn that off. So, realistically, slingshot locks exactly one thing, hard locks one thing in this game, logically. And it could be used in a couple other spots, but we have a boomerang, so we don't need it.
Care.
So, our slingshots could be anywhere.
Yep. Well, they can't be in Full Spirit Temple, but that's about it.
True. Elo's gonna go do Forest Temple.
Yeah, there's no reason not to. He knows it's AD, they both do. In some ways, I think it's good that the boomerang was on Colossus Arch, because otherwise that Nocturne hint could be a little bit of a pain to get.
Nobody really wants to go out to Spirit Temple when it's a dungeon. When it's foolish.
Foolish and unrequired, yeah. Otherwise unrequired, that is, besides Brewing Kick. Slingshot does not lock cannons, Alex. You're just discussing FB1 skips and logic.
We have a trick. We have B1 skip and logic on Alex. So I'm sure Alex.
Yes, Alex, it is.
Yeah, for these to select that.
Oh, and actually, I thought Ela had done these checks already, but nope, scatterbraining. He is now seeing it's AD, though he probably had a good idea of that anyway.
Yeah, he's going to go play Minuet.
He was otherwise going to Ice, thinking about seeing if Nocturne was there, but now change of plans. Yep, you're going Forest Temple, Ela.
Yep. Here comes Mario finishing off Queen Goma. So Mario will have to make sure to do Fountain Fairy. It's not a hard check to skip. I don't think he'll skip it, but
I would be
when you're kind of got a lot of dungeons to do, I just hope you don't like some of those easy one-offs next to the dungeons you just beat.
I mean, does he really have that much outstanding? I mean, Foolish Spirit, he's
one item
got
water
with 3 items.
No, water with water with 3 items and GTG, I guess, with the rest of Fortress and Valley.
Yeah, but that's kind of just a big detour for GTG right now.
Yeah.
Like, I think you do found just ferry is just part of an on-the-way check, basically.
Yeah. He's heading for... He's gonna go do it now.
Yeah, happy belated 1 hour, everyone. Where we've hit the classic mid-game mode of Rando, where both runners are just doing checks you've already seen, clearing dungeons, so nothing new happening for the next 15 minutes, probably.
Yeah. We'll see
In
if
the meantime,
Eli...
please give our... Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
I was gonna say, once Eli's done with the stealth, let's see if Eli goes for the 3 forest route or not.
Well, we'll see. I do believe he knows the strat. But yeah, in the meantime, please give our runners both a follow, Mr. Mario 7788 and Elegatra, as well as my co-com Toffile and our trackers, Baseball and Shannock. Thanks for your work as always. If you're interested in learning more about the tournament or or for volunteering for it, you can find more information. I think I need the other command, SGL240TR. And you can find more information there about the tournament. We do have, this is the first of 12 qualifiers. They run through mid-August. We have ones on both weekdays and on weekends across various times to accommodate different time zones. And then we will have the top 32 players will move on to a single elimination bracket. The first 2 rounds will be best of 1, semis and finals are best of 3, running from mid-August through mid-September. You can do up to 6 qualifiers you can do up to 6 qualifiers that will count for points. It will be your first 6, and the lowest 3 are dropped. Strength 3 for Mario.
Yeah. Eli's getting... I forgot, Longshot's also in Forest.
Yep.
So...
I forgot too, but yeah, he's gonna get that on the way. It's on Epo, there's no way you miss it.
Yeah. But as it's shaking out, it looks like Mario will have a bit of a... We'll probably be finishing Java before Eli finishes Forest.
Yeah, Forest is kind of long, and Ruto's already on the first floor with these settings.
Yeah. So you just kind of have to run through the 5 upper, like the 5 checks with her, and then the 5 rooms with her and 3 checks, and to open up Big Octo.
Yep. Don't think we ever got a Scribes 2 or Skull Mask hint looking at the notes sheet.
No.
I really don't care much. If Ganon tells us Legos are in Lost Woods or Zora server, we know we can check those.
Yeah.
Bit grumpily, perhaps, but we will.
Mario had to do a double take there on the Fire Temple dual hint. Again,
yep.
Our top 2 checks on Fire Temple today are small keys. So we're not going to do Flare Dancer. They might get forced into doing...
yeah.
But also, actually, you know, thinking about the routing, knowing that Eli had this, that Doctor hit is vanilla. That kind of explains the decision not to go into Child Spirit at the end of his last cycle.
Yeah, that does make sense. I'd honestly forgotten. I kind of thought he'd done it with like beans, but nope.
Yeah. So Mario will probably go. We'll probably actually end up like checking Fountain Fairy, then Requieming over and just taking a peek over at what's going on over in Child Spirit, just to make sure he doesn't get blocked out by Swampies or the boss key.
Yep.
He's got fire arrows, so he can even like skip having to go into the lobby.
Yeah, you just do the child side checks and leave.
Yeah.
No really reason to stick around for the for the rest.
The good thing is, with visual, with guest appearances, matches content on, you can just look and see if there's small keys or not, and they just run out. Like, you don't even have to like go kill the Anubis, possibly. Mario gonna do some safer strats here. It is possible to kill all these stingers with Rudo.
It is, because, I really do wonder why the reasoning was like, for it in the code, but, Rudo's hitbox does damage.
Yeah. Probably just some artifact of, like, it being a tossable, Rudo being a tossable object. But, shout-outs to Vidya James. Made a video of bringing Rudo around to various boss encounters, not, of course, through normal means, through some glitches and chicanery. But killing Cannon with Rudo, among other things.
Yeah, it's pretty funny to see.
Another long-term member of the community, and also in the Majora's Mask randomizer community.
Yeah, Vidya, in fact, shoutouts to him, is the main person spearheading the debut of MMR to SGL this year.
Oh, that'll be fun. So we're going to have a 3-day a 3-day event with a 3-day cycle of games. Oh boy.
Also, don't mind Miss Alpha's just kind of hovering over the pit.
Like, there'll be something falling into place in there, just saying.
Again, kind of, I mean, it makes sense from the fighting standpoint, it just looks funny.
What do you say, Moon Crash?
Yes, Moon Crash, which is actually the nickname of the Majora's Mask any percent speedrun tournament, I believe.
Yeah.
I think it was 80% at least. We posted on CSR before, though it's been a little bit.
I swear, Vidya better have a giant banner pointed out saying "Dawn of the third day" whenever the last day of the tournament starts.
It is a 4-day event, not 3.
Oh, okay, fine. Still,
but there's probably gonna be a joke or two still. Yes.
No, we can go into joke.
No, we do have some good stuff this year. There's a couple different Zeldas that are debuting this year in SGL. We have Link Between Worlds Randomizer, which is fairly new as a randomizer as a whole, is on the online portion. We've got MMR is new to the in-person side. Link to the Past No Major Glitches is going to be in-person as well as the Link to the Past randomizer in-person, so that'll be fun.
Yeah. I have to assume...
1R is making a return again. Super Metroid Map Rando and Super Metroid 80% are online this year. And then Super Metroid regular randomizers in person.
So we're gonna have I kind of assume SMZ3 is probably gonna get there as well.
Doesn't look like it's an SMZ3. Yeah, it's SMZ3, but in person, not currently online on the online game list. That might change.
Yeah, I've actually been watching a bit of the Super Metroid map rando. That's actually really interesting.
Yeah.
But Pretty interesting take on playing that. Like, I mean, it's like obviously, like if you're very familiar with how to do low percent and Metroid, but like knowing how to do a lot of those movement techniques and glitches. All right. We also didn't like talk about this at all during the Baronade fights. Rather, were runners, but actually, the runners are rolling into Baronade in that last phase on purpose in order to disrupt Baronade's attack cycles and bring it vulnerable, so you can speed up the fight.
Yep.
Fast Baronade is a wonderful fight. It's probably like my second or third favorite fast fight. Phantom Ganon Fast is wonderful if you can like see the zero cycle.
Yeah.
We'll probably see it at the very end, but Fast Volvagia is amazing, and we have the bombs to do it.
Yep. Oh, good. Mario's going for his mirror shield.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some really neat strats. We'll see it later. We'll discuss it when we see it, but the fast strat on Volvagia is a great example of OOT as a well-coded video game.
It's a way to exploit how they did the design for the fight, and we'll talk about it when we get to it. It's pretty fun.
It is. Fast Morpha is nice too. Yeah, if you can get a quick grab on it.
Yeah. Fast Morph is a little bit of a different thing. That's kind of a random only thing due to how they changed the cutscenes loading. But Mario was going to go adult and then just was like, I got to go take a quick look at Spirit Temple.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, as one of our trackers shout-out notes, Mario's pretty much done everything Ella's done that's relevant. You're not wrong.
Yeah, and then
they have the same inventories, basically. And Mario's a little faster on Dungeon Beach completion.
Yeah. It's like Mr.
And
Mario's.
he also has a magic meter, which not the biggest deal, but it is okay.
Yeah, Ella knows where a magic meter is. Ella will spend a couple minutes getting that magic meter that Mario's going to not spend, basically.
Yeah, Mario himself did spend a few minutes in Chadwell, so there's that kind of nets out of it.
Yeah.
Depends a little on where the boss key is, though.
Oh, good. Oh, we get to go destroy our Deku Shield here. Because we don't need a Deku Shield for their... No. Like, if you're doing the math, you can get rid of the Deku Shield, essentially, once you beat Bingoma. You don't really need it for Baronade too much if you've got enough sticks.
Yeah. Shoutouts to being able to do that damage to Baronade with pots. It's running a little silly, but you can.
Yeah. It'll be nice for the Stalfos here if we're not even going to... What am I saying? We're just going to chuck it in. Is that a boss key or a major?
That's a major item. Mario. Oh, no, it's foolish. Duh. Probably BGS or Stone of Acting or something.
I'm really curious on what that is.
Yeah,
no, it's BGS of Stone of Agony because it can't be.
Can't be a bow, can't be a bomb bag. I'm pretty sure.
No, like the most. It could have been a slingshot, but we have
no, because boomerang's available.
Yeah. If we didn't have the boomerang, it could have been a slingshot, but that's interesting.
Yeah, because we have neighbors and we know where blue fire arrows are, so that's basically BGS where the
Stone of Agony
defense in the big chest. Yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't open it. I'm going to just guess that he probably is just not thinking that it's a 50-50 on it being nice, being BGS. Because you'd still like the BGS. It saves the time.
It's nice, but you don't need it. I actually thought it was thinking of something, remembered, wait, Spirit's foolish. Duh.
Yeah. Alright. So we're going to kind of just blitz through Spirit Temple here. Normally this dungeon takes a little bit of time and effort to complete. One of the more requirement-heavy dungeons, but we're just going to try to get ourselves 2 or 3 more small keys and a big key, and then just go to the boss.
Also, we haven't really talked cosmetics today, but I really like Mr. Mario's purple color scheme he's got going.
Yeah.
Got a rich purple, I think that might be his Goron tunic. A lighter purple mirror shield, and then his hearts are kind of like a reddish purple, and his magic meter is also purple. Very nice.
Oh, there's a boss key.
The randomizer does offer many cosmetic options, including custom models.
Yes. There's various models you can play as. My personal preference is Hasune Miku, as I'm a weeb. But like I know some of our other runners like to play as like Kanata from Naruto and Dark Magician. I also like mixing in the Dark Magician girl from Yu-Gi-Oh as a model as an adult. There's shoutouts to Koari.
Fierce Deity is fun to see.
Fierce Deity. There's also a bunch of like high quality like models that exist. Shoutouts to
like a barrel or
barrel. The barrel. There's Pepsi Man. Shoutouts to Zavi for a certain model. Zavi, our season 7 champion, with a certain model.
Yeah.
We won't mention specifically what it was, but it's a great model. Mario's got his small keys. He's done with. This has been a very nice Spirit Temple. Ela probably won't be too far behind. Ela's gonna go straight for Water Temple.
I mean, there's not really gonna be a difference in which one you go for first. And Ela probably wants the magic meter for Spirit.
True.
He also, and possibly because he doesn't have fire arrows.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is gonna be just a speedrun to Spirit here for Mario.
Yeah. Well, welcome to the worst obstacle in Spirit Temple. Wait, we can just long shot to the entire top of it. Goodbye.
If you don't have long shot, hold Z.
Yeah, this is incredibly annoying. There's a chest in there that you play ZL for. We're not getting it. Also requires a bow, but yeah, don't care. We could do a cold backflip to summon a chest here, but again, don't care. Just gonna push and blow up open a boulder and then melt the face.
As discussed, there's only like 3 things that can be in here. That's for a big chest, and we don't care about any of them.
No. Ela remembers to defeat the worst enemy in the game, the little bird on top of this ladder, who will periodically knock everybody down. Because nobody remembers it.
We're just gonna use Gold Scale for here.
Yeah. And like
not
this,
hard child lock, which is nice.
Yeah. Well, we might have to go fish a key out of Child Climb, but yeah. Like Mario being able to grab that one key out of the out of that room in the child side spirit basically means he gets to skip fighting the Iron Knuckles or like doing the invisible stuff, the invisible chest before the Iron Knuckle. We'll never know what's in the silver. Well, we may see what's in the Silver Goblet chest and the Mirror Shield chest, but that's only if Ela completely runs out of keys before then.
And there's almost certainly a key on Child Climb for like CL lock in the main room or something.
Yeah.
I'm not going to bore chat with the explanation of Spirit Key logic today, but Adult Climb was logically our 4th key.
Yeah, don't. Normally, when we are doing these races and restreams, there's an entire rules document for Spirit Key logic that we just, like, instead of trying to explain it as best as we can. Because it gets really, really confusing and crazy.
Water Key logic, on the other hand, was you find the first key on Compass chest. Water Temple is basically the Palace of Darkness for OOT. You need 0 keys for most of it, and 5 keys for like 3 chests.
I would say it's closer to, for those who play Link to the Past Randomizer, I would actually say it's probably closer to Misery Mire.
So which one, Mire?
Misery Mire, where...
I guess I can see that.
Where your break-even point's like 0 or 3. And, like, so kind of like anything that's behind a locked door, There are 5 locked doors in Water Temple. There is a 6 locked door in the vanilla game. It's been removed. Probably, I'd have to move. I don't know the exact technical reason why it was removed. I have to imagine it's just for generation purposes because it controls one of the water level raising.
Key logic would be an absolute spaghetti nightmare.
Yeah,
basically, yes.
Yeah, so just to help to keep the generation logic in line. Let's see what our major here is. It's Dense Fire.
All right, we're basically in no mode.
Yeah, we're basically just had to Gluma. We're in Gluma now. Well, we don't know exactly where the hammer is, but the hammer is in Ganon's castle somewhere, and we'll find it.
Yeah, it's either in Ganon's or there's a slingshot at Ganon's, and then we know exactly where we're going.
Yeah. And that's Mr. Mario's fire medallion. He is now eligible to go pick up Nocturne when he goes back to Kakariko Village. He will probably... If I had to say... Okay, he's just going to go straight from market. Yeah, Field being foolish, this Field and Spirit Temple being foolish are really powerful this seed for your routing. Yeah, Central Pillar, where there's a very rare instance where the key locks all the fire sources. Yeah, I have seen a seed where you had to have gotten Din's Fire in order to lock Porch's chest in the very bottom of the stack.
It is possible. It is incredibly rare, but it is possible to need... Like, Central Pillar has a key door at the bottom, but usually in, like, most cases, and I do mean at most, you light the torch with Dins or with them. Yeah. It is very, very rare to need the key for it. Key logic does account for you opening the door if you don't need it, because key logic assumes you used your keys in the worst way possible. But in practice, it almost never comes up. I don't know the last time I saw that personally, I'll be honest with you. It's that rare in edge case.
Yeah.
At least in typical racing settings. It might come out more often in weird stuff, but not in your usual racing settings.
Yeah, Mario's going to go quickly to Big Post because it's on the way. And again, this is a market check because we run into market in order to burn in the Poe. But this is also a very good key layout for Mario because the boss key was on the bottom of the stack. So, we'll see if Mario does Compass first and map first. I kind of prefer map first, but I know people, that's always something people like to debate. And
I think when you're missing an item and the big key, you might do map first for the extra checks. If it's just big key, you might go Compass first to save time.
Yeah, Mario's gonna go grab his Nocturne right now.
Yep.
Because once he doesn't know this yet, but once he just has to go through, get into Water Jump, he'll have his Dins, and he'll have a yeah, there's Nocturne for Mario. And so he'll have his Dins, and he'll be able to, once he beats Morpha, he'll just Nocturne and go to Shadow Temple.
Hila doing Dark Link, getting that magic meter that was hinted.
Yeah. Fortunately, this is a lot slower than Corner Pop.
Yeah.
I actually had to teach somebody. I was actually teaching somebody today who hasn't really ever played Ocarina. Had started and stopped Ocarina Time a couple times, and they were fighting Dark Link for the first time. And I was trying to teach them how to fight Dark Link.
Oh dear, yeah, this can be a rather fiddly fight.
Yeah, I think I ended up like you could like stand behind him and try to catch him on your swings, but I ended up just giving him nut strats that Eli cannot do because he's out of nuts.
Yeah, he was using nuts, and then it got as far as he could with his.
Yeah. I have to imagine Mario probably will do lap dive at the very least, and God, now I'm remembering. Mr. Mario was one of our finalists for Season 7. I'm remembering how Lab Dive had like our logical strength that we needed in order to beat the seed that nobody thought was possible because it was beatable only. And it turns out both the scales were just sitting in Gerudo Fortress.
That's a very unusual, yeah.
Yeah. And Mario's gonna just quickly pop into check Lap Dive too here. But yeah, he's gonna be fighting. He won't be at Morpha around the same time as Ela, but he's gotta be very, very close.
Yeah.
Ela's gonna take a quick peek and see what's over in Dragon Chest.
Just in case his lights are there, yeah.
Yeah, you're there.
It makes sense.
So we'll see how Mario wants to route this. If he goes map first, he's basically like hit the God route through Water Temple for the seed. Is going to take advantage of the fact that he has a starting long shot to go over and place FW in front of the door to Morpha.
Yeah, this is something Ella couldn't do because he didn't have magic before he got in here, but this is a neat little time save for Mario.
Yeah, here's the quick kill on Morpha for Ella. Very nicely done. This is not able to be done in vanilla because this cutscene. We cut out the randomizer cuts out the cutscene. Where Morpha kind of spawns in and you're introduced to Morpha.
Yep.
Good, and Mario's going map first, so he'll have Dins and boss key immediately.
Yeah, especially this makes sense when you're missing a couple items for go mode. Because you get more checks this way versus if you're in full go mode, you can just rush to compass just get your boss key and be done. Beyond Morpha, not that we really care. Well, I guess you can do it Morpha, but you have to trigger the cutscene and then die and then come back, which... No, you're not doing that.
Yeah.
Oh, enemies trolling Mario a bit here.
And here is Mario getting his Din's Fire. We're going to take a quick look and see what our Shoot the Sun prize is. Doesn't look like it's anything.
And that is things for Mario.
Yeah, and Ela's going to be most of a Spirit Temple behind Mario at this point.
Pretty much. It's a fairly quick spirit, depending where that third key will be for Ella.
Yeah. Yeah. If it's Child Climb, it'll be pretty good. If it's one of the other ones,
Child Climb or Map or Zia locked in the main room wouldn't be too bad, but
yeah.
If it's Sunblock, he's gonna be a kind of...
I mean, he won't do Sunblock first. He'll do right side. Let's see if he can pull one from the Armos statue chest first.
Armos statue or the Invisibles, yeah.
He kind of just saves Sunblock. He doesn't have fire magic, so he'll save Sunblock for the very last thing.
Yeah. Well, he does have things, but
yeah. Yeah. Well, if he had fire arrows, that one's still finicky with Dins. And both runners are getting their boss keys at exactly the same time. So Mario's just going to go press FW and jump all the way back up to the boss.
Yep. And then more or less it's a case of where in Ganon's castle is that hammer?
Yeah.
We can do every single check we get. We have Strength 3, we have Fire Sources, we have Mirror Shield, we have... Yeah. Yeah, Strength 3, we have the things for Shadow Trial, and that's basically
Yeah. Probably see... you may see Spirit Trial first. I can't imagine that they don't start with Flight Trials, at least the first or second trial checked.
Yeah, there's 8 checks in there, that's just the density one.
Yeah. Because the other ones, well, there are another 8 checks, and cannons, but they're all kind of scattered about. Mario's out of here.
Big shout outs to Kirox for cutting out a lot of extra cutscenes lately, including Forest Temple, the push in the basement's a lot faster. That cutscene's a lot faster. Shoot the Sun is now instantaneous.
The Fortress Gate as well. I'm reminded of Gav not knowing the Fortress Gate had been sped up. It's like watching it and because I think somebody had set up to do a bomb jump, not knowing that it had been sped up. Because the ultra used to be to climb up, instead of talking to the guard, do a ground jump in order to jump over the gate from the very top. Instead, now you can just talk and drop down, and you're through faster.
I forgot that one was up. It was changed. Yeah.
All right, time for Shadow Temple.
Yep.
Hey, we have starting lens, so we can actually do this room the first time. Right the.
Yep. Words are hard.
Yeah. Especially on day 4 with cops in a row.
Yeah, you and I have both been doing a lot of comms lately.
Yeah. So Shadow Temple, we're going to be looking for 5 small keys and the boss key. If we find lights or a slingshot along the way, that'd be fantastic. We're not going to be expected to find the hammer in here, because that's probably in cannons somewhere.
It has to be in cannons.
Yeah,
there's literally no way it could be here.
That's
if hammer's in here, I think we have a bug report.
That's when we get into...
we even have Song of Time hovers a wall.
We have Song of Time. Yeah, we have every possible way of doing Shadow Trial 2. That's the Shadow Trial 2.
Yeah, no, there is literally this. I think it is actually impossible for Hammer to be in here. If it is, well, ELO's playing the scene. He can go figure out what bug report needs to be filed for it.
But yeah.
And just to be clear, this era has been around for 6 years or so now, since late 2018, I believe, is when it first came out. While the new experimental settings, like the boulder shuffle you were mentioning a while ago, can do still have bugs because they're experimental.
Yeah.
The base item shuffle, so to speak, it's just like the chest and the mini games that we're playing with.
Oh yeah.
Has been extremely thoroughly bug tested. It might not always be intuitive, but it is extremely rare to get hard locked out of a seed. If you think you're hard locked, you probably just missed something.
Yeah. I mean, for the case I was bringing up, it was literally just because when they refactored the logic, they didn't make the account that they didn't realize when they had refactored the logic that they had accidentally introduced a case where you get there as a child, and the randomizer saw that as a possibility and ran with it.
Yep, and I mean, that's one of those things where sometimes you don't realize it's a problem until it's a problem.
Yeah, it's one of those things.
Expected with experimental settings, it's new. There's going to be some stuff that needs figuring out. Yeah. I know RSL has, for the Random Settings League, OOTR's equivalent to Mystery, basically has found a number of bugs over the years, because when you put together settings combinations that no one would ever pick on their own, you can get some really weird stuff.
Ah, yes, the 96 skull bridge for... I'm remembering 2 or 3 RSL finales ago where we had the 96 skull bridge with skull sanity, full token sanity. Which basically means you had to collect every single skull teller in the game, but you had no idea where any of the tokens were because they were shuffled into the pool.
Yep.
Yeah, that exists. Or the everybody's favorite of having locked door time, so you cannot read the adult pedestal to get your bridge condition.
Yeah.
And then you just have like seeds where you're done in like 15 minutes because it's like a one-piece Triforce something. It's like sitting right outside of Hyrule Field.
I believe what still remains the fastest RSL time and the fastest standard rule set time on race time as a win time is a whopping 4 minutes flat in like an RSL regular season race in like season 4, I think.
Yeah.
One Piece Triforce time to overroll DR. You started Kokiri, I think one of the exits took you to Zora's Domain, the other took you someplace else. Most people went to Zora's Domain and found one Triforce piece there and were done. I think like the person who went the other exit took like less than 10 minutes. It was something really, really silly. And they're like, well, okay, I guess we're doing a run back.
Yeah.
Because what else do you do with a 4-minute scene?
I know. I think I used to run a bit of Triforce Blitz in Season 2, like as on the Seed of the Days for like the acings and whatnot. My best time was about a half an hour, and then I stopped after that. All 3 pieces were in the well.
Nice.
And it was just like a 1-1 and a 2. And the 2 was for ZL. Triforce Blitz, another mode. Popular tournaments going on for that as well.
I don't remember. I think it was the Domain Torches that was the Triforce piece on that 4-minute flat seed. I want to say Zopar was in the race, but it's been like a couple of years since that race, so I know I don't remember who won it in 4 minutes flat.
Zopar of 1-800 Cars for Kids fame. Another thing you can do with this randomizer is upload custom sound packs. There are some sound packs that that exist. Like if you want to give Link more of a feminine voice because you're using a feminine model, go ahead. Zopar made a voice pack of him basically doing all of Link's grunting. And for whatever reason, 1-800 Cars for Kids jingle at some point.
Yes. Oh, and, okay. Fennel correcting me. It was the mini game. Zopar was the 4-minute flat. It was the one runner who picked the wrong entrance. Okay. Better memory than I do. Thanks, Fennel. Yeah. Shoutouts to Fennel as well. We mentioned earlier, it was like one of the devs of the randomizer and the one responsible for maintaining the preset for this tournament. Fennel's the one helping with who runs Mido's house, which is the structure we use to open race rooms and roll seeds and all that. Much appreciated for all your work.
Also, Mido's house does a fantastic multi-world job.
Yes,
we had the multi-world tournament finish up a few months back. We had the community event a couple of weeks ago. Fennel actually made something special for that, where you would get kind of like jostled around different regions of Hyrule based on where you were in the game.
Oh, nice.
And a couple of people got stuck.
And it's also managing mixed pools and the co-op tournament and the francophone tournament as well for Mido's house. Really useful tool.
Yeah, a couple of people got stuck.
Considerably easier.
Yeah, a couple of people in that tournament, in that race, though, in that event, got stuck in Target.
Oops.
Because they weren't registered at Mido's house. Me and Alex. All right, what's our small key situation? Okay, so we didn't see the boss key yet in Shadow, so it's probably in the back 30.
Yeah, I think so. Apparently, Alex had hard 80 that seed.
Alex had hard 80, and Lee had hard 80 to get Alex out of his 80 as well. Let's be clear. I had illogical 80 for Minuet. I got around that because Mido's skip exists.
Fun.
Lee Harold, Alex Harold, and Lee Harold do commentary. Lee Harold's racing also on this qualifier as Alpha Mario X, but there's an operating stream.
Yep. Yeah, there are a total of 26 runners in this race. Really nice turnout tonight.
Yeah.
Got a lot of returning faces. Alpha Mario's mentioned. Angle, Fair, Flea's been around a while. Quarry, Krez, Kisin, Jason. Mr. Mario
Yeah.
is there's some familiar faces and some new ones.
Rock Chalk, Zabi, who is again our Season 7 champion. Some guy named WTHH.
And who that is?
Well, we'll play coy. WTHH is former. How many times has he been a tournament champion? Twice?
Once, I think.
Just
there's
once?
no one's done a repeat, but he has a
Yeah.
He is a 2-time SGL champion.
Yeah. Definitely one of the runners that everybody is a favorite whenever he races. Okay, there's our boss key over there. We don't have to go fight the Floor Master.
Yeah. And yeah, we're not saying his full name because SG's can yell at us.
Are we one?
What's just in case?
Yeah, I guess so. For sure.
Because you really don't want to run back through here if Ganon says you'll never beat me with the light arrows from Shadow Temple.
You wouldn't mind it if you didn't, like, if we didn't know how to skip push and the block in to get on the boat, which opens the shortcut. What the Habs happened, I believe, is the DSG name that we would have been using for him on SG.
Yep.
Because he's French Canadian. He's a fan of the Canadians.
Yep. Yeah, shoutouts to OTR being an extremely international community. I see people from, I know, just in the 26 runners in this race. So you've got Canadians, we've got French Canadians, non-French Canadians. I think I've got at least one actual Frenchman in here. There's someone from the Brazilian community. There's at least one German in here. Decent spread.
Yeah.
And I think there's someone in here who's a Japanese speaker too.
Yeah. And we also have a fairly well-represented at times Australian contingent, but probably not the best time of day for them right now. So they'll probably be in some of the alternate quals.
Yeah, it's a little tougher for the non-NA or for the Eastern Hemisphere, like for Australia or like Asian people for ESTL, just because of the constricted timeline.
Yeah.
And tight scheduling. But I know we've seen episodes definitely walls before.
Yeah.
Why is someone even in Europe even playing tonight, Mara? Good. Well, I mean, more power to them.
Rando knows no borders. Anyway, Mr. Mario 150 and Mr. Mario's collecting his second to last dungeon clear for the seed. This is really, really fast for an EDC, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, as I said earlier, it's just rush dungeons. The game give good hints. There's our slingshot. Okay, we're really fine.
Yeah. All right. Time for the Ganon's Castle boss the hammer guessing game. Everybody in chat. Wait, no, this isn't linked to the past randomizer. There's only 16 checks in Ganon's Castle. There aren't 22.
Well, we can still throw them, I guess, in chat.
So, kind of interesting to see how Mario will do this. I have to imagine it's probably light trial first.
I'd imagine so.
It's either light trial or spirit trial first, because spirit trial is technically just before light trial when you're walking there, and it's not a fast one. It's one of the faster ones to do. I guess it's faster than Shadow Trial, but slower than Water Trial or Forest Trial. But also, it's up the stairs, and it sucks getting back to.
Yep.
Alright, we're going straight for light trial, then we'll probably just do the sweep around the water trial, Shadow Trial at the end.
Yeah, it looks like it. Fire Trial doesn't have any checks in these settings, so it can in other settings.
Yeah. Fire Trial is Strength 3. One of the two does actually require Strength 3, but it's only really just a Silver Rupee room.
It's only I think one or I think it's one Silver Rupee. That's Strength 3 unlocked. 2-bit chests here.
Yeah.
First one's another slingshot. Funny game. And second one's second bow. Funny.
We are hoping to find a small key in here, because there is one more item in here that is small key locked. And of course, it's just not in Light Trial. We press on.
And yes, Silver Rupee shuffles the thing in the randomizer too. Thanks, Rob.
Nothing like going into a Silver Rupee room and then having to like not be able to complete it. So Spirit Trials, 2 checks. There's 2 crystal switches you have to hit. One will probably be hit with a bow, using the bow extension here. He's managed to get the bow through the grate, and then he'll just fly.
It's another case of OOT hitboxes are weird, basically.
And now it just has to whack this switch, and this is... Oh, good. So
okay, so BGS is in Child Spirit.
BGS is in Child Spirit. There's going to be some people who picked it up and are really, really happy with this seed. Next up, Forest Trial, guarded by the most deadly enemy in the game, a single Wolfos.
Yeah, this is just kind of silly.
I mean, the second room in Forest Trial's the one that everybody hates. The first room is fine.
And nope, is that a small key? Not even that.
Next up, we have Ice Trial, or Water Trial, which is ice themed.
Yep, there's a small key.
Alright, we're gonna grab Blue Fire just in case. I mean, King Zora's dead, so I'm probably not gonna have to go to ice. Or if he saves it, we'll come back around for it later.
We are on a 15-minute delay to note, chat, as we start getting towards the end game, though we don't know where that fire boss key is. I am keeping an eye on race time as attorney admin here, just to see when people's finishes start rolling in. No spoilers, please. If anyone else is looking at the race time.
Yeah, please do not discuss race finishers who are not on restream until the race is concluded. Alright, so we got 2 more checks in here. Is it going to be Light Trial, or is it going to be Canis Castle boss key chest?
Yeah, it has to be one of the 2, because the Stone of Agony, the bow, and the slingshot are not it. We had a slingshot on Bongo, it's not slingshot locked. It might be this. And, yep.
There's our hammer. Mario's probably just gonna go take a quick jaunt up. It's just gonna get a little extra health here.
I guess for Fire Temple.
He's got a Goron tunic.
Yeah, I don't know. Not even gonna bother with the climb, just gonna go fire. Okay, I guess.
He's probably forgotten that he's had a Goron tunic for like...
Most of it 2 hours, yeah.
Yeah.
It was in the River Grotto, and he did that fairly early. Oh, he scummed the tunic. Gotcha, baseball. I forgot he did that.
Oh, okay.
Never mind, I guess, then.
Alright. Welcome to Fire Temple. This is one of the worst dungeons to have to backtrack in, because you can be forced to go fight the boss at any time to get a small key. We continue. We're just hoping that it's going to be a very early boss key, and then we're done with this dungeon until we get told that we have to go look for lights.
Yep.
We are immediately hammer locked out of Fire Temple. Surprise.
Figures. Not that we were ever setting foot in here without hammer anyway.
No. Not knowing that it was an IGC.
And with everything else already picked up, yeah.
I think a runner or 2 might have done it when they came in and grabbed storms they had been UI'd. But,
yeah, possibly then, but otherwise, no. As the game threw everything at you, so there wasn't much reason to come looking here for much.
Yeah, so right now we're looking to kind of get ourselves either the big key or 2 small keys in order to get further into this dungeon. 1 small key will get us into the main room, and then get the lava slug escaped. But we'll kill Flare Dancer, and then one of these next 2 chests will be a small key, and then we have to find 2 more small keys after that to get upstairs if we don't have a boss key.
We're hoping we just find the boss key. Do you know hovers can be required logically for Fire Temple to get to the boss if you can't get all the way to the top to hammer the pillar down? In practice, all top runners know to get jump without hovers.
Yeah. And we had hovers at 5 minutes into the second play.
Yeah. They're reading rather than Palm Raven's Maneuver. They're impossible to miss.
Pretty much. Alright. Well, we'll be able to get 2 more checks in the big lava room after, if we can get in, if the boss key chest itself is dead. He's gonna hit a switch. There's a Goron in here. Do not talk to the Goron.
Yep.
The Goron will just watch you leave.
Mm-hmm.
The Goron will have now left this cage by himself.
Yep. Oh, and I just had a thought as to why Mario might not have done the Ganon's Tower big key boss key chest. I think that might be last small key.
That is true. We are missing 1. Yeah, no. It was either the boss key chest was either a small key or when he pulled the hammer, he knew it had to be a small key because there's 2. But the second chest doesn't go any. The second key doesn't give us any items.
Nope,
it just lets
none
you
of
beat.
these things.
Yeah, if we had trials turned on, you actually had to beat trials to get upstairs. It'd be a different story.
Yeah. But we don't, and Pot Sandy's not on either. There are some pots in the back.
Yeah.
And I think some other silver rupees. But again, not silver rupee shuffle.
No pot sanity means we are again deprived of the ability to get Ganon to tell us those light arrows. You'll never find those light arrows in those pots over there, which are the pots below his room.
Yep, they're like my favorite. That's one of my favorite hit text in the game. Is just those pots over there. And we're climbing Fire Temple, unfortunately.
Yeah. We have found 4 of our small keys, and we know where 2 more are, so we're at least through to the bow room. We'll need 1 more in order to not need the bow, logically, or hard require a bow. He lost. Yeah, Mario's execution's been really on point tonight. If you just watch kind of like how he's slowly just been like widening this gap with Ela. Now he's an entire Ganon's Castle clearing, bottom of Fire Temple clear ahead. And Ela probably won't do a different route through Ganon's either. Oh no, Mario missed the glitchless jump up on top of the block.
Oops.
Just as I raised this execution.
Classic comms curse.
Yeah. This is like the one of the few strain checks, and the only strain check in Fire Temple. Mario's just going to do bomb jumps instead.
Strength is logically required for this.
Yeah.
It's probably a trick for the glitchless jump.
It turns out in a game where a lot of the puzzles are solved by changing Link's height with palm jumps is really, really fast.
And we keep on going. I did not catch what the upper maze is.
I don't know. Lower maze wasn't a big test, or else Mario might have done the hover strat to get to the upper maze.
Oh yeah, that is one that exists. It's a little silly, but it does exist.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's
So
not
we're
a side chest either.
so if upper maze isn't a small key, then we're gonna have to go to here.
Yep.
Because we're now bow locked out of Fire Temple. We're gonna have to go shoot this bow target, grab the small key, and then continue on.
Small key or boss key could be either.
Yeah, it could be other.
Oh no, Shadow Trial 1 was the other small key, so
Oh, okay.
that is an item on the castle.
Yeah, I guess Mario will probably just if it's lights, it's lights. He'll just get it when he goes back.
It's really not a big deal. You have to kill the Stealthos anyhow.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing, like if he got sucked into doing a little extra Fire Temple, but he probably wasn't planning on doing that.
I don't think that. I think there's enough left of the game. You don't stick around and fire after the boss key.
No. Oh, ooh, okay. His shortcut just might have been a small key. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Alright. So, getting back to the top of Fire Temple isn't nearly as bad anymore. It's still kind of bad, but
Yeah, at least you have a shortcut.
Yeah. So we're basically down right now to accomplish just our highest score for our boss key, because the other two chests on the other side of Upper Fire Temple are already, well, one of them is already dead.
Equal for Ella. And there's the boss key.
Yeah. I think you probably have to take a quick peek at highest scoring while you're here, just because.
You've come all this way. You don't want to come
back.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could skip this, but it's also just basically right here. And with Mario playing on VC, he may actually opt to pound the pillar down anyway.
Yeah, it's possible.
So Ocarina of Time Randomizer supports a lot of different, several different methods of playing it. You can play it on vanilla N64 hardware with like an effort drive. You can also play it using emulators with like BizHawk or Project 64, or I'm sure there's others. Or you can play it on the Wii Virtual Console, which a lot of runners opt to do. And the two preferred formats tend to be emulator versus Virtual Console, and they each kind of have their own benefits. Virtual Console is a little faster on loading, but it takes a little bit longer to save and quit because you have to wait through the health and safety warnings. So a lot of the runners who run on Virtual Console will opt to try to avoid saving and quitting as often as they can. That's why Mario pounded the pillar as opposed to saving and quitting back to the start. Eula's going to continue up the tower a bit here. gonna. It was not a. Did not look like it was lights in the Gans Castle boss chest. So this is the last fight you can do before you're locked out of Gans Castle with no boss key. So let's just gonna get this done and then go to Fire Temple.
And we're done with Fire Temple. That some arrows unfold. And there's a spirit web.
And now the Gans Castle boss key will be airdropped down to Mario here. A later cutscene. If he wasn't incredibly fast and got the ocarina out of frame before it could happen. Sorry.
No, you do actually have to go to Temple of Time for it.
Oh.
It is specifically the later cutscene. If it was on like 2 medallions or something, then it would be your mails.
No. Well, I hope Mario remembers this.
He's going to in a minute. Not going to be a huge time sink for Mario, but it is a little bit.
Yeah, it'll probably be... It's not much, it'll be like 30, 40 seconds.
So
Probably
to note as well, the way qualifier points are calculated, it's basically like you take the average of the top 3 to 4 finishers, in this case top 4 since this is a fairly large qual, take the average time of that and then use more or less the standard deviation calculation from that to determine points. Maximum is 110, minimum is 10 points if you finish, forfeits earn you 0. We have not, for what it's worth, not had any finishes yet in the 2-hour 10 mark. Not particularly surprising, I think, given how much you had to do this seed.
Yeah. There we go.
And there's Mario's realization.
Yeah. Like, I gotta go back to Temple Time. Won't cost too much on the time, just be slightly annoying, that's all.
But yeah, like one of the big things with using like times compared to top 4 is like the points and not, just straight up like points based on your placement. Is this way a snipe isn't going to cost you a lot of points in qualifying, which is nice.
Alright, where exactly have our light arrows gotten off to?
That is an excellent question. Fun fact, by the way, that boss key door is moved to that door Mario just went through in Pod Identity, so you can get to the pods without needing the boss key. I think there's something like 19 pods under there. Maybe that's a pod.
Yeah. Mario's moved his FW up exactly 1 room. Fortunately, you can't cast it in Ganon's room, but...
No. Alright, and the answer is GTG.
GTG. Okay. Not really surprising. We're gonna have to go beat up a guard to get our membership card first, but... It is the largest... one of the largest check-tense locations in the game, so...
Yeah, the question now is Mario does not have Song of Time, and he's not going to get it, because I don't blame him for that. If it's toiled, he'll run out and go get it.
Yeah.
But he's really hoping it's not the toilet.
I mean, it's probably just going to be Song of Time Lock just because of key logic and only key logic. But we're going to do a trick here called Reverse Lace Lane that's never in logic.
Yeah, this is, it is a trick. You are not expected to do this in logic. The game expects you to come from the other side of the Ponas or long shot. And yes, by the way, you can get across the Gerudo Bridge with either Epona or the long shot.
You get across there with the regular hook shot if you use glitches. But yeah, no glitches. Yeah, it is. These runners have memorized the way to go past this. Normally, in order to cross this wasteland in logic, you have to follow an invisible ghost, the Lens of Truth, from right around here, where you see this monument in the center, which is also where the only item check in this location is. Other than that, you have to follow these flags. But yes, runners have memorized the entire path that the ghost takes you in reverse. It's a lot. It is also possible to do it without the lens going the other way. It's a little easier, but yeah. As Alex is saying, yeah, as Alex in chat is saying, yes, you can get across the Gerudo Bridge with the hookshot extension. It's just you're not allowed the hookshot extension to that bridge in these rule settings.
No.
Alright. So we're going to do a cool trick here where we're going to aim our hookshot up in the corner, and then we're going to like turn around and then just start reverse stabbing the Scarred, who's now trapped in the torch and can't move. Because this game has issues when you... Oh, Mario did not get out of the cell before talking to the thief. That's unfortunate. This game has issues loading objects that you cannot see on camera. It's useful in a lot of cases if you know how to exploit it. It's kind of how that wind tunnel trick works. Oh, Eli's going for Pierre. He did not see that was a smoky.
Oh, that's a little unfortunate.
Yeah, this is a little bit of... Like, they're both smokies. This is just a little bit of a slower check because you have to kind of climb yourself up here. Getting down's a lot faster, but... Alright, so, Gerudo Training Grounds, this is the dungeon that normally just has the ice arrows in it. There's a whole bunch of checks throughout this dungeon, and there are 9 small keys. Mario didn't go in the maze, so it's hard to say exactly if the lights are in the maze or they could be in one of the outlying areas. Oh, and Eli is opting to do the save strats of dropping down rather than doing the playing yourself across the pit back down into the other room. Strats. Oh no! Did this save strats and drop down to the lower level of the maze anyway?
Yeah.
Mario also just murdered 4 Wolfos because this game loves Wolfos in spots. First stick expansion. So just here in the silver block room. Just here in the silver block room.
And that's not so bad.
Yeah, Mario's going to be done in maybe 3 minutes tops. And again, we'll go very fast. We've got a hammer, so we don't have to do dot strats on the tail. But yeah, kind of looking at the seed in a nutshell, it was a very, very kind seed for an alt dungeon seed.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially if you kind of like ordered it by kind of like saving Water Temple for last. So that way you weren't really hunting much more than Dins at that point. Dins are light. Technically lights, but... Yeah, it's phase 1 again and down. You just reflect the glowing ball with a bottle, and it goes down pretty quick. So again, and the first thing Mario's going to do. If you saw what he did, was he took a quick jump slash with the Master Sword. This is so that he could load the Master Sword damage into his hammer, which he's now going to use to attack the tail here. So he can speed this portion of the fight up considerably.
And, by the way, Mario is not going to be first place. Gets mildly sniped here. What the hell's happened? Finished first, 219.22. GG.
Yeah, GG's to what that's happened. Again, if there's a runner who could beat Mario, he's definitely on the short list.
Oh yeah, Mario, one of the top players in the community that has happened right up there, so they faced off many times in quite a lot of different tournaments over the years.
Yeah, Ella's got his Kastelowski, and it's probably going to go use FW from Shadow Bolt to go get his Lights Hint and be off to GTG.
Yeah. And this is going to be GG's for Mario, finishing up second here in Against Titans. This time around at 220.37.
Yeah, well, second place finish. 220 for an 80 seed. Sure, we didn't touch Dodongo's Cavern, but touching Dodongo's Cavern would have been 5-6 extra minutes on the seed. So,
yeah.
Really, like first seed like this could take you easily through almost 3 hours. So, and I think we're being joined by Mario. GG's.
Yes, we are. GG, Mario.
Congratulations.
Thank you. All things considered, it was a very kind seed.
Yeah.
It was very straightforward.
We fell into place.
Yeah, I was saying, Mario, how this is like the kind of seed that favors like the experienced runners with good execution, because you're going everywhere, you're doing all the dungeons anyway. The item placements are all pretty decent. You got the Nocturne hint early.
Yeah.
Not really a lot of ways to get tripped up. Like, Dins was on the way.
Yeah, Dins was in about the perfect location.
Wow, what a surprise!
I think Eli got a little tripped up slightly, and not even worse, because like you had a hit at Magic Meter. One you couldn't have gotten because, of course, you got trapped in Dompe Crave and never went back for Song of Time.
Yeah, well.
But Yeah, you didn't need Song of Time, so who cares?
Exactly. Got the magic in Chilgorn City. I'm like, oh, that's an interesting place for magic. That probably will trip up people. And then you get the hint for magic in Water Temple. It's like, oh, well, there's a backup. Of course there is.
Yeah, I'd probably take the one in Charles Gordon City. They're doing the river though, and Dark Lake,
Oh, yeah.
especially with where the boss cantons were.
Absolutely.
Um,
I mean, I think getting caught in Dampe was a blessing in disguise because it honestly made my route as Adult 2 a lot cleaner than it would be, because if I hadn't gotten trapped, I would have just because of the bomb bag, I would have climbed Trail, go Goron City, you know, get the song in Crater, get the song in Forest, and it just so happened that both Bolero and Minuet were in Child, easily accessible, and the song at the Royal Family Tomb wasn't needed for that whole sequence at all, so I was like, wow, this really panned out for me.
Oh yeah. You're the three child songs being Bolero, Minuet, and Requiem. Yeah, that definitely like made everything go a lot smoother. Did you like the child spawn location? It saved you time technically. Could have saved you a little bit more time. But...
See, I never know if I want to just save quit right away as Child, because it could be a long spawn, or just wait until the silo, and I feel like either is doable, especially when you have Prelude start. Well, it's okay.
Yeah, no, it was just kind of funny because we watched Ela save quit to well, was it
save quit from market to ranch, and it's like, oh, nice.
Yeah,
Nice
and then it's like, well, Mario's gonna do and I think at that point you were entering, Ela got Song of Time and then bailed back to Adult, back to Child. Yeah, but I think the other kind of like divergence was that Ela tried to put off doing that trip into Kokiri Forest as for a little bit, and went back Adult with Bolero and kind of did up everything and had storms and whatnot.
Okay, I mean that makes sense.
So, like, yeah, no, I mean, I think there were a lot of ways you could route the seed in the towards that beginning part with Bolero, Minuet. He missed Minuet and Requiem, but like he might have skipped, so he had Suns and he had an early letter, but he didn't see the boomerang for a bit.
Suns and the Storms for Child 2.
Yeah, and then he also got Nocturne hit a little bit later.
I don't think it really cost him
a huge difference, but
it cost him a little time probably with Spirit Temple, but it's maybe about it. Not sure.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, without the hint...
He was on his... Because you did it after buying a bean for that boomerang, Mario.
Yeah.
He got the bean and bailed. He did end up He ended up later doing so on the way to Ice Cavern, more or less, looking for Nocturne. And it's like, oh, never mind, I'm going Forest Temple.
Yeah. Shoutouts to Long Shot being in Forest Temple.
Yeah.
Shoutouts to...
Classic.
Yeah.
Shoutouts to Hinted Strength 3. Wow, like,
I
was never getting that if that didn't happen.
Like, oh, there's Strength 3, that's interesting. IGC's Path to Phantom Ganon. Okay, IGC's Path to Volvagia. Okay, we're making a detour down there really quickly.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, the game... Nice bomb back for Ella on right side Chidichi. He's doing a bit of a different route to you than what you did, Mario, so he's gonna...
Yeah, I think I would have done this route if I had Song of Time.
Yeah.
Because I like going right side first, but...
yeah, right side you get the maze, you get your maze information, and you...
Light arrows are basically going to be about his last check here.
He won't do... he won't do Savage Cast. Yeah.
Also, just want to point out one part of my route that I felt so good about. It was after Forest Temple when... I think it was after Forest Temple. When... I think that was that was the last medallion needed for... Oh no, sorry, this was after Spirit Temple. After Spirit Temple, I played Bolero.
Yeah.
And then kind of went up. Oh no, I'm trying to remember exactly what I did because I remember I was just like, oh my god, this is amazing. No, this is Esther Force Temple. Yeah, I play Bolero. I go up Crater.
Yeah.
And I had like, oh no, I went up through Orange City. Sorry, I just
Is
don't
this
remember
before?
exactly what
Is
happened. But
this
yeah, I go through
before?
Orange City. I could play Sun Song to make it night after
Yeah.
doing it, Link the Goron, and getting back to the beginning of Goron City, and then just getting the 2 Skulltulas to get to 10, going into CAC and
Yeah.
getting the 10 skulls. Oh my god, it felt so good.
Yeah, that was
It's
pretty
just things
nice.
like that.
Do you know what else you did on that route that you forgot about?
I bought a shield, obviously.
I mean, obviously you needed the shield, and we did
After
have the
Force
question.
Temple, of course.
Yeah, I mean, to be
I was
fair,
like, there's no good way of getting this shield before.
you did not have a good way of
Force
sequencing in the shield just based on kind of how everything shook out, and I don't think anybody really blames you for that. You forgot Trail Fairy.
Oh, yeah, you did. You just walked right past it,
Oh.
Mario.
I guess I did, yeah.
It's your
Yeah.
wallet.
That was your first wallet.
Oh. Yeah, I was like watching What the Hell stream and Hila, and they both have wallets. I'm like, oh, I wonder where that was.
Yeah, Trail Fairy.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was just like, huh. Well, I mean, he had got the. Oh wait, he saved from the Corinth gimmick, I guess. Maybe I don't know what happened with the Corinth gimmick.
I saved scum that because of time of day. I didn't want
Yeah.
to get to market, and then it was daytime.
Yeah.
I wanted to get featured.
Yeah. I mean, it didn't really matter. I mean, like, it obviously mattered a little bit with your health situation, Fire Temple, but you were pretty good.
Yeah, and you had a bottle or two as well, so it wasn't a big deal.
I think you had all 4. I think you might have had all 4 by that point.
I think we're missing one.
I think I had
over in my
3.
notes at least,
I remember
so,
having
yeah.
3 when equipping, so.
Yeah. I'm just actually really curious what that last big chest in Child Spirit was, because I guess that actually could have been the 4th bottle, or...
I don't think
No, bottles.
Oh,
in
double
foolish
defense.
Bigger on
locations
sword,
get really
maybe?
funny. I think it's BGS or double defense. Bottles in
Yeah.
foolish locations get weird. That's...
Yeah, we were like, oh, pull it, open it, and then it's like, you probably didn't, and then it's like, we're sitting back and we're thinking, oh, it's a 50-50 of Stone Agony or BGS. I guess it could have been double defense too, so it was like...
Oh, I ended up finding Stone of Agony in Castles.
Yeah, no, but that was before Castle, so...
Right.
It's got to be double defense or big heart sword, one of the two. So I'm sure somebody's found it.
Somebody probably opened
Should have
that
opened
chest,
it,
yeah.
just because it could have been bigger on sword, but I wasn't thinking like that.
Yeah, no, you knew it was a foolish location. You could have thought it was a slingshot.
It's just gonna be like...
It could have been a slingshot. We were.
I don't think it could be a slingshot.
It could not,
it could not have been a slingshot. Yeah, it could not have been a slingshot, but we were discussing like what happens if the light arrows aren't targeted.
Yeah. I see it on Bongo, I'm like, oh wait, I might actually need this. That's good.
Yeah. We were like, there's a non-zero. It would be really silly, but there's a non-zero chance Cadence is lost wins.
Yeah.
Or for that matter, that the path in Cadence Castle was a slingshot, and you have to go run child for your.
Yeah.
Gonna just update here real quick. This was a pretty large qual 26 runner, so it is top 4 that sets power time, and we do go to the top 4 and then some now. There was a bit of a gap between first and second. Mario and What the Hell's here versus the rest. Angle was third, 228.20. Flea fourth, 230.04. Nap there in chat finishing 5th, 230.46 PGs. Mario here, you get a very nice, respectable 101.5 points out of this.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was in Ganon, I was just like, someone's gonna finish, someone's gonna finish. And then we'll finish, like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I could think of like 5 different places where I lost like 30 seconds, and like, well.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it goes, but I'm not really surprised we're getting like a block of finishes here, because like this is a fairly straightforward scene.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that there's not more people.
It's starting to come in there.
Yeah. Because it is a pretty simple seed, all things considered. You don't miss any crucial hints or...
Yeah.
item placement. I don't even know what item placement's really bad to see, other than the strength if you don't get the hint.
The strength. I mean,
strength.
you do,
Mirror
and but
shield,
even
I guess, if you don't
I
get
mean,
the hint.
there's a Deku, but like both the Deku, if you do the Deku hint, you've got your strength
And
3 and Ganon's Castle hint, so you could route that in.
Yeah,
It might be easy to skip
the
those
strength
if you
3
do
hint was
force
also
hints.
in Cherry Storm, so the Path Storm, so...
Yeah, so like it's you should. I think it's some of it's just going to be sequencing, and some of it's probably going to be execution. I think maybe it's just Serenade, of course, being behind Water Temple this siege might also throw a wrench into things.
Yeah. I wonder, because Illa ended up doing the river hints before Ice, though he didn't get that when he did Beans. I wonder if one of you people might have the cavern at some point.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me too.
Oh, if you're not too far from finishing, just face one of Ganon down. Also, GG's angle in chat.
Yeah,
Third place finisher.
Maybe, and even then, we also had terrain too, so people could have also taken the run at doing BTG early.
Yeah, that's also possible.
I think there's a lot of like bait to the side, but if you maybe it's like you missed the Nocturne hint, and then it becomes 1DD4 or something for the long shot.
Yeah,
that's probably about it.
Sphere 1, like Sphere 0 or 1.
GP's hit Ella finishing up, getting mildly sniped here. Rock Chomp was 6, 233, 335. He's gonna finish up in 7th here with the official race time. G time of 2:34.
I think we're also going to try to get Ellen here for an interview as well. If he wants to. Doesn't have
He said
to.
he'd try, does have some parent things going on, but...
Yeah.
Oh, I need to DM him a real thing.
But yeah, no.
Well, there he is. Hey, Ella, GG.
GG's.
GG's.
Just go everywhere, do everything.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, this is... I kind of stopped playing Seeds because of Seeds like this, where, I don't know, there wasn't much drama for the last 2 hours.
Yeah.
No, like this was a pretty straightforward seed for you and Mario. Just go places, do things. I mean, you guys got the hints for Strength 3. You found your Mirror Shield. Magic did not end up being an issue for you, Ella. The other magic was on Goron Pot, by the way. Pretty straightforward all around.
Yeah.
Just beat the game.
Cool, because this is the first seed that I've played since the last SGL, and so it's like forced me to do like everything. So there's so many opportunities for me to just like forget what the strats are, and I think I played really, really good overall. I was really satisfied with how I played. Like I had a few kind of wobbly moments, but I killed Ganondorf in one cycle, which I failed to do in my 2 minutes of practice before the seed. I like got the quick kill on Morpha. You know, all the bosses were relatively clean for the most part. I think the hardest thing I had was just like Dark Link because I didn't have enough Deku Nuts, which was like okay.
Yeah, we noticed.
And I lost a lot of time to. Frankly, the worst thing that happened to me was just Light Arrows being in GTG. I don't know what the rest of the people did in the field, but it's like minus 10 minutes. Like that's the single largest chunk of time loss. More important than any other thing in the seed is just the fact that Light Arrows are there. Because if they're in any other stupid place instead, then it's plus 10 minutes for me. So it's just that's rando.
Yeah, I think so. So what kind of ended up happening that was a little bit of divergence at the start with Mario was he accidentally screwed up Dompe race at the end.
I didn't get the void, so I had to say quit.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't
Yeah.
have to. I could have used bombs and killed myself. I noticed after the fact, but I just saved quit out of there.
Yeah. So like he skipped Song of Time and didn't end up needing Song of Time at all, like because he found that extra magic.
Mm.
Um, but like when he went to GGG, I think a lot of runners would have done what you did and gone right side first with Song of Time, just because you get those maze items quicker, and you kind of get a better handle on what your small key situation is.
Yeah, it's kind of trolly
uh,
to show you that big chest in the center of the maze, and then I don't
Yeah.
know. That's just kind of the nature of GTG, though. Like whenever you're in Go mode in GTG, there's a lot of kind of high impact variance just based on like is it left side or right side and which way you go.
Yeah. So, but I think you routed GTG well. You really did play and route everything pretty well, all in all. I think it was just execution rust.
Yeah, it definitely. I mean, I did a lot of extra checks just being like I was just chilling basically. Because I again I haven't played since when was last SGL, like October.
About
So
a
I just
year.
didn't want to like miss something in a dumb place and be here forever. So I did a
Yeah.
lot of like checks along the way that maybe if I was trying to be more aggressive, I would have skipped. Like I did some of the Hylia checks and I did the last check in Shadow and um there's some other things that I did too.
I mean, yeah, no, I think Mario did those checks. I think honestly, I
Yeah, it
think a
just
lot of
makes
runners would have.
sense. Because you're on the way, you don't really want to run
You
back
didn't
there.
know.
It's
You
a
didn't.
qualifier, so you want to play thorough, or else
Yeah.
you can get just
Yeah.
bodied.
Yeah, and if you
Yeah.
didn't do that, you would have missed his mirror shield. So,
Could have missed
because
letter. Could have missed mirror shield. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a couple things. Because, like I mentioned this earlier, but it's not, you don't have to finish first necessarily. Or in this case, it doesn't really matter if you get sniped by a minute or so thereabouts. It's getting a good time overall.
Yeah.
Like, you guys both have pretty solid execution. You've been around for ages. You're not gonna lose like giant chunks of time to routing in the seed where you end up going everywhere like this, because you guys don't had all like the info you needed to get around the seed reasonably.
Yeah. I mean, I think it was a really entertaining race.
Yeah.
I think you guys were fairly close for a while. I think it was just Mario's execution and maybe lack of rust just pulled him ahead after a while. And I think he also just kind of managed to structure some of his adult child cycles a little bit better.
I'd have to go back and look at it. I can't. It's kind of hard to say just playing through it like this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean,
Like I was auto
I
scrolling pretty much all the time.
Yeah,
I think my route felt pretty clean to me. So
like Mario managed to like do child's, like he knew he had to do child spirits, or like he knew he had to do spirits, so he did child spirit.
oh
So
my
he
god,
grabbed,
speaking
there
of
was a small
spirit,
keep on
that
the
was
base.
the
Oh yeah,
best foolish spirit I've ever seen. Can we get that all the time? Like, oh my god.
yeah.
Well, it's speak for yourself.
Oh yeah, so one of the things is Mario, like Ella, as we mentioned earlier, got the Nocturne hint relatively late, like on the way to, I presume, going Ice Cavern looking for the song.
Yep.
So didn't do Child Spirit in like that previous child cycle, and had to go to Sunblock Room for the key.
Sunplug. Wow, there wasn't one in Child Climber. Sent that.
No.
No, I went to the mirror shield, the mirror lock check. But I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I lost a bunch of time because I did all of the I did the hands, and then I did the torches, and then I did the child climb chests, and there were no keys in any of those.
Nope.
Yeah.
That's
So I just lost
unlucky.
like 3 minutes to small keys just being missing when I was in Go mode Spirit.
Yeah.
That's probably like at least 5 minutes, honestly.
Yeah,
But-
it was really frustrating because I did like furores to get out of child climb room fast, and then I still didn't find any keys there. I was
Yeah.
if I cared a little more, I would have been mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Miss what was probably going to be your BGS and child spirit, but we don't know
Yeah.
that for sure.
There's a big chest on the key on child side. Big chest is either BGS or double defense, we think.
And I was hoping for it the whole seed because it's like BGS is such a crutch when you're rusty. And then I've got to do the hard
And the
stuff
seed
like
gives
for
me
everything.
nothing.
For AD, the whole freaking seed, like they're after me, man.
Yeah, but really, like, I think it was a really good race for both of you.
Was there a key in fire in upper fire that I just missed? Because I totally zoned out.
Shortcut.
Shortcut had a key. Okay, I'd forgotten, and then I did Scarecrow, and then I realized I didn't know where to jump off. Scarecrow, so I took the slow way down because it's been so long since I've done that.
Just side hop against the wall and jump forward, and you'll be fine. But yeah.
Well, yeah, I know there's a way to do it. It's just it's been a long time, and if you don't do it right, then it looks really horrible. So I was like, we'll just go the slow way.
Yeah. You could, and I think and you had also put your FW in cannons because you wanted to Iron Knuckle, so you can. I mean, you could have done if you thought about it, if you'd gone all the way down to the basement, the ground level, you could have done the whiteout strat, but no, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
And then unfortunately, like I did notice that you were doing the safety strat to go down from Pierre, and then you fell off of the base anyway.
I mean, that part doesn't actually matter that much.
No, but
yeah, I didn't really care about that part.
It's just, but yeah, no, it was like you had some some really good boss fights. Your Marfa fight was pretty much textbook.
Yeah, Baronade was good too.
Yeah. You say you're rusty, but it was a pretty good race for you, Ella, and for you, Mario.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Every SGL I learn how to play again, and by about the 4th or 5th race, I feel like, I actually remember how to do these things pretty well. And so we're starting the process over again. Although I don't know if I'm going to play anymore after this. It kind of depends on what life allows.
Yeah, understandable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thank you guys for the restream.
Yeah, always a
fun.
pleasure.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, GG's and good luck on any future calls you guys do.
Thanks.
Yeah, I did plug in the numbers into some preliminary numbers, and the full qualifier standing spreadsheet will get probably updated in the morning because it's now midnight here. And I'm not sure I want to stay up until everyone finishes. We do have some people still going in real time. But you do get a solid 91.9 points out of this CELA, which isn't too bad.
Yeah, respectable. I mean, I was actually really happy when I finished because I didn't check race time the entire race. So I literally didn't know anything about where I was. And when I saw that the light arrows were in GTG, I was like, if I'm like in the upper 50% of finishers, I was going to feel really happy. And then actually 7th was like, I think I was 7th, right?
Yeah,
you were 7th. Yeah,
that's really good. Like I was really pleased with that.
Yeah, you were part of a pretty a good 8 people finishing all in a row, basically.
Yeah.
Between Engel and Zavi, there is a chunk, and then we've got another chunk. Again, the 2:47 to 3 hour mark. There's been a bunch more finishes coming in.
Yeah. Still got another 6 people out standing in the field with a few forfeits.
Yep. Yeah.
But
that is going to be it here for us tonight, I think. Please do give both of our runners a follow, Mr. Mario Nelagachua, to my co-com Tafile, to our trackers baseball, to our trackers baseball and Shannock. Thank you both so much. Coming up ahead, we have our next qualifier is going to be in a couple of days here. We have that'll be on August 1st. It'll be at 2 p.m. Eastern. With a 50-minute delay, Restream will start at 2:15. Restream TBD. We are looking for a commentator for that. But that'll be our next qualifier, and then the 2 after that will be this weekend. The 3rd at 3 p.m. Eastern, and the 4th at 11 a.m. Eastern. So we hope to see you all around. And until then, thank you for watching, everyone. Have a good night.